Some wore letters, some wore crowns, some wore both. We were never just about colors, calls, or chants. We were the blueprint. We are the brand.
We are the standard, the legacy, the line. Built from purpose, we shine, we grind. Not just Greek, we global, divine. Each letter we wear, it echoes through time.
We are the standard, you see us, you know, from your...
Well, what's going on, everybody? Ooh, hold on, I'm loud. Let me go down. There we go. What's going on, everybody?
Welcome to Scholarthon 2026.
It's good to see everybody. I know some of you will be coming on in. For those of you who are our 6 o'clock worship watchers, just stay, because this is a very important night in the life of our church. We started this Scholarthon 2020. We started it in the pandemic, and it has just been an amazing success, and we have been able to bless so many students through the years.
Yes. Coming on this platform, because we could not walk like we had done for years, was a game changer. And so having our viewership, our content was amazing, and then of course having the support of the village, the Bethel Church. You all show up and show out every year that we're able to bless our college-bound students. So we're just so grateful for this Scholarthon, this telethon that we do, raising funds.
Yeah.
And when we first started, remember, Bishop, it was 6 hours, because this one, listen, so we said,
No, tell the real truth. I think I wanted to do it like
I'm not
Jerry
even-
Lewis,
I'm
like
not-
the 24
I'm
hours.
not even going to mention that, because we were not doing that.
I want to do it 24 hours.
That would have been a deal breaker.
Yeah, listen,
so we
listen.
did 6 hours. It was phenomenal. But 4 hours of content, of sewing, of listening to celebrities and to educators, to all sorts of people that we've had on this platform. And we're just so grateful that the Lord gave this idea, this vision to Bishop McKissick, and we have run with it. So here we are, 6 years later.
I mean, here we are, and every year, as you said, the people respond amazingly, and you'll hear more about that tonight, where we are, and I'm just excited about where we are. But a couple of things you can give if you are watching. You can give tonight. You may be watching. You may be in Africa. You may be in London. You may be in California, right? And you're saying, man, this sounds like a worthy cause. All of these funds go towards being a blessing to members of our church who are in higher education, whether that be 4-year, we comes on down the line.
Absolutely.
And we try to be a blessing. And if you want to just partner with us, you're going to see, I don't know if they could put that up real quick, our Scholarthon on the Givelify platform. You can go to the Givelify app, and if you go, there it is, to the Givelify app, or you can use that QR code that you see up on the screen right now, and it'll take you directly to the Givelify app and directly to our giving platform. Now, if you don't know how to do that QR, then just go to Givelify, and it's Scholarthon Dollars for Scholars, right? You can go right there and you can give. If you are a member and you say, you go to the website, let's say, and PushPay is on there, there is a line for Scholarthon on there. But we want you to participate. Also, you see, on a lower third, we've got my beautiful cousin sister again. Paula is with us again tonight.
Yes.
You see the number on the bottom. Maybe you want to call in a giving that you're doing or a pledge you want to make. Not like last year. We won't even go into that. But you want to make a pledge or you want to give everybody in the room, Ivan got it because he started laughing.
Yes.
Here's the number on the bottom of the screen. You can call. Paula is there to answer. She'll write down what your gift is and what your name, but that's the number right at the bottom of the screen. We checked it. It works. They'll be periodically putting it up back and forth. Before we go further, I think we have to give, as every year, a major appreciation to Jerome Davis and the entire AV ministry. They really make this happen. They were here. He was here, I know, last night. They were here all day after church, putting all of this together. And I really just want to give a shout out to Jerome and to his entire team for all they do and the effort they put in to making this happen.
Because it takes a team to make things happen.
Takes a team.
they've
Dream
been
work.
working.
What is it? Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Y'all said that in Mary Kay, didn't y'all? I don't think y'all made that up, but I think
We
y'all
did
stole
not.
it from somebody. That's the first time I heard you say it, though.
Yes, sir.
Teamwork. So we've got all kind of things tonight, right? We've got some videos, some testimonials.
Yes.
We have some video interviews we're going to do. We've got some on-site.
Yes.
I'm excited about the on-site with black male doctors tonight. That's going to be so exciting. We have a very, 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 very special guest that'll be coming up soon and very soon. And so once again, if you want to give, if you want to come up, we're going to be here for a few hours. You want to join us here, you can actually come and sit in the audience. Just be here, be a part of. There are a few folk out there. Hey, y'all, we see a few folk.
We have a studio audience, guys.
We got us a studio audience.
Yes, we got a studio
There they
audience.
go. There they go.
But if you're not on the scene, but you're on the screen, put your comments in the chat. We will be watching and we will be dialoguing with you because this is your Scholarthon as well as our Scholarthon. And we want to make sure if you're not here, but you have something to say now, not a homily, but if you're interacting with the Scholarthon, we want to interact with you too. It's a family affair.
It is.
And so we want to make sure that you are included in this. So we're excited, of course, that we're on this platform on Facebook, the Bethel Church Jacks, and YouTube, the Bethel Church Jacks. So make sure on one of those platforms, call your friends, your families, your neighbors, your loved ones. Tell them that Scholarthon 2026 is on right now.
Yeah, and we have every year our goal is $100,000.
Yes.
You heard me right.
Yes.
I didn't stutter. Every year and I just need you all to come in faith agreement with me, and then exercise some faith and contribute. I'm going to give you an update in the next hour about where we are, but I'm telling you, if we all put our faith together and dare to believe and really have a concerted effort to help college students, I think we will be all right. So, hey, here's what we want to do. We always have several college students who always come back and talk about the difference that Scholarthon has made. I've even had some before we did Scholarthon, when we were doing the Walkathon. Of course, we're going to talk about that after this video, who come back and talk about how impactful that was. We have some in D.C., high-powered lawyer in D.C. We have another who has been an ambassador in Africa and all over, who grew up in this church, but were blessed by proceeds from the Walkathon. And so we have some that have been blessed by the Scholarthon. Our first one up tonight is Sterling Scott.
Sterling Scott,
right?
Yes.
So we want y'all to check this video out and hear his testimony, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I am Sterling Scott. Some call me Mr. President, and I am the owner of Presidential Learning Center. I have benefited from the Bethel Scholarship multiple times, and they have helped me through my academic journey. I have completed my AA degree, my bachelor's degree, and I just earned my master's in educational leadership from Grand Canyon, all with the help of Bethel. I founded my preschool because I believed every child deserves a chance and a champion.
I'm smart. I'm brave.
Because of the Bethel Scholarship, I became a teacher in Duval County Public Schools, and I was able to fulfill my childhood dream since I was 5 years old to open up my own preschool, Presidential Learning Center, where we are now enrolling in all ages from infancy to VPK. Come out into our facility and see how great of a preschool we are in Jacksonville.
I am so grateful and so thankful for the community and the church that I attend.
That was awesome. He has opened up his own school. He's one of the youth from our church now, a flourishing young man. And we thank God that we were able to be a part of what he is doing. I have with me at the desk the man, the GOAT. Not just because he's my father, but he is the absolute GOAT. Y'all put some chats, some hearts, some claps in the comments, and everybody in here that's in here scream for the pastor emeritus of this church, Bishop Rudolph Waldo McKissick Sr. is in the house. What's up, Bishop?
I want to see us make that a reality.
Yes, sir.
$100,000.
Yes, I believe we're gonna do it.
Yes.
I believe we're gonna do it. You gonna make up the shortage? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yes, I'm gonna the shortage.
So, a lot of people don't know that the Scholarthon was really kind of birthed out of something you and Mom started years ago. And we only shifted to the Scholarthon because we were in COVID. Talk to us a little bit about how the walkathon got started.
Well, the walkathon got started because your mother knew that dealing with Best Academy and how she was moved in their interests, and we had great numbers attending.
Right. Because people don't know, Best used to be well over 300 students on Saturdays.
Yes. And Best became also the only summer school in the city.
That's right.
And with all of that going on, she knew we needed to help our students.
Yes.
And the best way to do it at that time
Right.
was to walk for it.
And I mean, I remember when the walk started, we used to walk from here all the way down to what used to be the landing.
Yes.
And walk all, I mean, it was a
big.
pretty
Yeah.
long walk.
They paved the way for us.
Right.
Yes.
Now, Judy Lawson, was Judy like the first kind of chairperson? Because remember, we ended up naming the walkathon after Judy.
Well, Judy was just an all-around supporter.
Yeah.
And yes, she worked with Bess. I mean, she worked ardently.
Yeah.
And they had a committee, and the committee had recommendations, and they favored Judy. And they couldn't have favored a better person.
No, not at all. People don't realize, but education has always been one of the benchmarks of Bethel. People often ask me when I travel, does institutional mean that it's an institution? And I said, no. In Black church history, that name was given to churches, various churches around the country, as a signal that that was a church where you could come and get vocational training, right?
Right.
Do you remember when that, because you grew up in Bethel, do you remember when that institutional label got put on?
No. It was, you want to make me 200 years old. No, I don't. that's all we knew. It was institutional. History came to us, and it was a bit still going on. It was a trade institution.
Yeah.
It was it, no matter blacks, colored at that time were lacking in many of the trades, and they made it possible for to get that training in that building over there.
Yes.
Even in that time.
Wow. That
So
is
it
amazing.
wasn't an additional campus
Right.
where they did that at
Right.
the campus over.
Right. And your ministry, I mean, one of the things that has always been a highlight of your ministry as pastor was a serious emphasis on youth. There were always, when I was a kid, of course, there were youth around that lived in it. Many people don't know. I was raised until about 12 or so with a whole neighborhood around me.
Right.
But then also from the north side, man, youth from everywhere. What gave you that passion for young people?
Well, this was the historical church stooped in tradition, and we had to break that.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, I had to add on retreats,
Right.
develop a basketball team.
Yes.
Anything that would attract not the whosoever, no, not the persons who were
Right.
of Bethel,
Right.
but the whosoever wills. And it was the whosoever wills who did come.
Yeah.
But it proved to be the best basketball team.
Always won championships.
Always won championship.
Yeah.
We broke the
Color barrier.
color
Yeah,
barrier.
absolutely.
That's when, because traditionally in the black church during that period, prayer meeting was on Tuesday.
Right.
Nobody messed with prayer meeting on Tuesday.
Right. But you changed it.
I changed it because they tried to keep us out of the league because they play basketball on
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yes.
I remember that on Tuesdays.
I fought the courts.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. And we won many a championship. And there's so many who are doing so many wonderful things and making so many great contributions now in society that were a result of your ministry, and your focus on education. And so that's just something that we've been very intentional in trying to continue. Talk a little bit about Best Academy, how that got started, what it stood, that BEST, because that's an acronym. But talk a little bit about how you and Mom kind of came to that.
Well, she was an educator indeed. And her thrust was first to work into the neighborhood where most of the neighbors had all of these children, but they had not received a diploma.
Wow. Wow.
And so your mother started an adult class
Okay.
that was certified for them to have diplomas.
Forgot about that.
Yes. So it just drew the whole neighborhood. At that time, none of the kids in the neighborhood had ever been into Bethel's church.
Wow.
When I say none, so few
Yeah. Wow.
had ever been in this. But when that happened, we brought those mothers in and those children in. We continued to grow, and they continue to develop. And now we've got out of that group those who have doctorate degrees,
Yes.
those who have
Yes.
master's degrees,
Yes.
those who have bachelor's degrees, those who have great jobs. It's just amazing. There's nothing else other than God. And if we did it then, and that was under segregation, we need to do more now in integration.
Yeah.
Because we are still the least, the last
Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
The main thing that we do not have is equality.
Right.
And if we don't have our churches and our businesses and our people
Yeah.
to support efforts like this to get qualified students into some academic
Right.
collegiate work.
Right.
I mean, study. So I have something I want to share because I would hope every Bethel member would call another Bethel member and just say you need to be a part of this. And I wish I could say I wrote it, but I didn't. We cannot change yesterday, but we can shape tomorrow. Every dollar given to the scholarship fund says to a young person, we believe in you. Dream, study, achieve, and one day reach back and help someone else. That is how a community leaves a legacy that outlives every one of us.
Wow. That's so powerful. I hope everybody's listening to that because that's so powerful.
Every one of us, particularly those who have gone on and received degrees and are out here with jobs and fraternities and sororities
Right.
and
Right.
any other, we ought to be the first to give
Yes.
in an effort like this.
Yes.
And so I'm looking for this to be far more than $100,000.
I stand in faith with you. I do. I want to talk about one other thing, and then I want you to hang around with me because we've got a Zoom interview with some educators. If we could keep the number on the lower third as long as possible, so people will see that number, because right there, you can call in right now. You can go on Givelify. You see the Scholarthon logo. If you go on Givelify and just do Scholarthon, that's a word we made up, and you call that number, someone's waiting to answer you. Last thing I want to talk about before we go to this interview. This year, it really started last year. Pastor Shanga, who is our men's pastor, brought to me an idea about doing a golf tournament, and initially it was their desire to do it on your birthday. We just couldn't get everything together, but man, did they pull it off this year in April to the tune of $35,000. That's going towards the Scholarthon. That's absolutely amazing. Yes, absolutely amazing. Talk a little bit about how you felt out there at that golf tournament.
Well, we were in this sedated area.
Don't say that. That's where we live.
Well, it's sedated. And there were a few of us living out there.
Right. Right.
And what blessed me was to see how they could observe our gathering.
Right.
And not only our gathering, but our capabilities.
Yes.
There were a lot of golfers out there.
I mean, we had a lot of golf.
We had a lot of golfers out there. And one of the best ones was I was one of the best ones.
You were one of the best ones.
Yeah, I couldn't even hit the ball.
But you say you're gonna take some lessons.
I'm going to take some
for
lessons.
next year.
Yeah, they better look out.
All right. I've never known
I'm
anything.
gonna break the record.
I believe it. I've never known you to get in anything that you don't do well. So I believe it. We've got a video of the golf tournament. This is actually the first time it's going to be shown. And after that video, we're going to go and talk to some educators. Bishop, you hang out with me. Y'all check out this video.
You make me happy. This you can bear. You stood right beside me, yeah, and I won't forget. And I really love you. You should know. I wanna make sure I'm right, girl.
been at Reebok now? I've been at Reebok for at Reebok. Reebok. I've been there for 8 years. This is my 8 years. It's been 8 years. Wow, I did not realize that is amazing. What led you to the ambitious goal of building a new campus?
Well, it was, it was a lot of things. Back here, I think they built people in that way. So hanging in there at the time, basically, in place, that kind of problem. Because it was running real loud. So, when Celtic, got back, one of the first groups that got built,
Now, they tell me that people watching can't hear us, because I know the participants can hear us, so I don't know production team, if that's something we can tweak, or if we need to go back to the other mic, I'm not sure. Switch to the other mics? No, keep this mic. Keep these mic, they're working on it. I think we lost Dr. Moreland. Dr. Moreland there? I think we lost him. Bishop, you got the thing you want to add? Huh? Oh, if y'all see Dr. Moreland trying to get back in, please let him back in. Bishop, you got that you want to ask? Hold on, we got to cut this mic off. There we go. Do you feel that your new facility has created switch mics, because this one is going in and out.
That is a great question. I tried, I know that those campers get great pride in what they're doing. So I tried, we have some students that take pride in the building, which also have students that do not take pride. So I'm trying to ensure that, I know people watch, they got to take care of the building, but as long as I'm in that building, this doesn't take care of them. But you have some kids that don't have pride. We have more kids that have pride. Kids that I have pride.
Dr. Moreland, we got you back. You are the wonderful principal of Andrew Jackson. Tell us, how long have you been at Jackson and some of the things that are going on there?
Yes, can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear.
So I got there right when COVID hit. So we're going into 7 years now.
Wow. 7 years. I think we lost Dr. Moreland again. I don't know. Doc, you there?
Yeah, so
Here we go. All right. So you've been there 7 years.
Yeah, I've been there 7 years. Ever since COVID, we've gone through some good change. We've been moving forward steadily. They're going to make some amazing strides after that. Of course, everybody knows got to break the basketball.
Yes, you do.
Oh, we love our boys. We love our girls too. It's one.
I need you to know Dr. Boston is shaking his head like no, but I'm with you, Dr. Moreland. Y'all have a wonderful basketball. I want all three of you to answer a question for me. It is no secret that we have a government, not just nationally, but locally, that are doing everything they can to change resources for African Americans. Take African American history and either take it out of schools or whitewash it, no pun intended, in such a way that the real history of America does not include the birth stain they don't want to talk about, which is slavery, and even down to curriculum. So my question is, how do testing requirements and changes in curriculum that seem to take out things important to our community, how do those things affect teacher morale and instructional flexibility? And how do you keep the students engaged and excited? Now, Boston, we'll start with you.
Well, that's a great question. One thing that probably often that provides and so a lot of times we have to go outside, can't really step outside of the curriculum because that's what allows us to go outside of. And what I mean by that, that's very dispel the idea that certain groups feel uncomfortable because of how you taught it was this is something that we can all say that we have come this far as a country, and the fact that some of you are here right now, we're very close friends with those who their background would be different from what your background. But when we come into this setting, when we come into this school, we are all here for one reason, is to learn and how we can continue to build on the progress that we've made in African education. So it was, when we were sitting in those classes, it was reassuring that there is a way to teach African American history and be authentic about it, while at the same time understanding different backgrounds and celebrating how far we've all come.
Well, let me say to all three of you, first of all, thank you all again for availing yourselves for this short conversation. But to see our men in leadership is such an amazing thing. And I want to salute and commend all three of you for the amazing and wonderful jobs that you all are doing in educating, educating our community, but as you just said, Martin, even a diversity of communities. It is a proud thing to see leadership from those who look like us and who are men as well. And so I'm just thankful that we have that here in Duval County. And so I want to thank you. Boston, hurry up and get up here so you can take that with me when we get to the D9. Just come on up here.
You don't want me to
yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But seriously, thank you all for everything that you do, and thank you all for joining us. I got an audience. Can we give them a hand?
Mother McKissick's hired in 1997 from Duval County. So I got to give her a honor.
Wow.
Her and Bishop Stephen again, I interviewed Mother McKissick.
She was rough, wasn't she?
Oh, yes. She knew me, and she scared me to pull no punches.
I know she did. Trust me, she knew me, and she didn't pull no punches. I don't think I do that, Mark. That's good to know. Thank you for sharing that, man. Thank y'all. Bless y'all. We're doing a quick switch, and we can let everybody, we got about 60 people on board. We can let them in. Those are our ministry leaders that are getting ready to come on, and we're getting ready to have some ministry reports. Then I'm going to have one more special live guest right over here. It's been all. Everybody, here they come. All right. Who is that? Somebody got something on. Hey, ministry leaders. Y'all doing all right? Good, good. So now, I've got some totals here. Hold on, they went away. I'm going to call. So here's what I need you all to do. Because I have totals, I need you to give me some totals of what you may have collected today. All right? Because we've got some totals on here already. I'm just going to go down the line from one to the other. So A ministry. Under A ministry, Sherry on, yeah, I see Sherry. So A ministry, we've got 200 so far. Sherry, you got something to add to that? for keeping all of our numbers for us. You can go straight for April for me, so we go. That's 575 added to the 25. That brings y'all to 600. All right, all right. The Bethel ministers. Who's over here representing the ministers? Nobody representing the preachers. You're a preacher. What was turned in today? $370. Wow. April, I hope you can hear me. All right. Covenant keepers. I see LD. That must be LD. So LD, we have down here $190. You got something to add going in today? Okay, I thought I heard you say 90,000. I guess I heard you wrong. I thought I heard you. Okay. Our deacons ministry, we were supposed to get that to them. Right now we have $250, and we know it's more. Is that all? 3,100. That was turned in today. April, they had 3,100. All right. I don't know if that includes that 250 or not, but we'll get LOB because he's coming on. Our youth pastor's coming on with me. Gifted hands. That's Cynthia. Cynthia on. Well, gifted hands has given $500. I love it. Healthy Bethel Ministry. Anybody from there?
Yes, we are. Join us.
Hey!
How are you all?
What's going on?
What's going on? It's $75 today.
That you got today.
$375 total.
All right. All right. All right. And thank you. The intercessory prayer ministry.
Good evening, Bishop. We have a total of $1,250.
So you got some more money today.
Yes, we did.
All right. So April, I hope you add on. I don't know how to add all that to April. I don't know numbers. That's a blessing. So you prayed that money in.
Yes, sir.
Kingdom Care. Where's Kingdom Care?
Yes, sir.
I hear your voice. Yes, sir. So we had down $75. You got some more to add that you have gotten in today? Go ahead. You froze. I think you muted yourself, and my mic just went out. Oh, he froze. We'll come back to it. I don't have any mic. There we go. I don't know what keeps happening. He keeps going in and out. All right. The line dance ministry. Okay. $10. Well, you got some more money today? Okay, so that means you got $540 today. Oh, all right, good. All right. April, I hope you will update all this. All right, let's go back to Kingdom Care. All right, Kingdom Care.
Yes, Bishop, do you hear me?
I hear you. You had 75. You got to add something to add to that from today. Every time I ask him for the number, he freezes. What? What we had from today? I can hear you now. Well, William, what's your ad? $325. New money. I like the way you said that. New money. All right, the Military Affairs Ministry with the lip trots. Now, y'all doing good? We excited. I got some pastors who told me they're coming to the military ball because they had never thought about having a military ball in their church. I'm serious. I've got 3 that said they're coming. So we had $600. What do we add to that 600?
Bishop, we're humbled and happy. Say that we're adding an addition of $575. Total, $1,275.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Momentum Men's Ministry. Pastor Shaw. He's in the building. Oh, he's on.
Yes, Mr. Baker, we appreciate you allowing us to honor Bishop King here, for the offering.
Now, before he says his name, I need everybody to know before he gives his total that they really got an unfair advantage on y'all. Not really, because it was Pastor Shaw's idea. Go ahead, Pastor Shaw. Go ahead and blow. What's your number?
So the momentum again, this was a total team effort. Everybody gave involved offering. So we have a total number of $35,285.
You know, I don't need that. We got benediction right now. Pastor Shaw, we salute you for the vision, and then for everybody that came along. Let Mr. Laylock in. That's the trustee. They may need it. I doubt it, but they may need it. Oasis Ministry. I saw Pastor Barry on there somewhere. Oasis had $95 and salute for wonderful vacation Bible school.
We got reports of $90
$91
today.
today? I love it. I love it. Y'all should charge extra tax on every other parent for the day. I will give them no word. Back taxes. All right. Political Action Ministry. Shan Shirley, anybody on? But they do have it. Hey!
So Haley, I'm speaking on behalf of the Center Political Action Fathers at the Ministry.
So we had 400. We got some new money.
They have a total of $1,000.
Oh, so they got 600 more money, $600 more dollars. All right. All right. Next, our SOS Grief Ministry, Dr. Selena. Hey. So we had 250. You got some new money?
Yes, your report for total $5,009.
500 tonight. I love it. I love it. I love it. I saw Sister Charlotte. That's our bowling ministry. I saw her come up on the screen. Sister Charlotte, y'all had 125. What? You got new money?
325.
You got 325 new money. All right. Wow. Y'all doing y'all's thing. All right. Trust me, Laylock. I saw you. Come on. Did you make it back?
Yeah, not today, Bishop. This is so, at this point in time, trustees reported $1,500.
All right, so you got a little more. All right. I love it. I love it. Usher's ministry. I saw my sister, Diana. There she is. Usher's ministry. Y'all had 180, sis. Where y'all put? You got new money?
I turned this 60 earlier this week, and also we have 3 today. So we have $1,175.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Praise the Lord. I mean, you have to put it in my face. I can hear you. Women of purpose. 350. That's new money?
Yes.
That's new money?
No, it's 350.
That's total. All right. Worship and Arts Ministry is a 0. Gotta get that on that. All right. I want to salute every ministry leader for doing such a magnanimous job. We're going to get totals in the next hour. Thank y'all for signing on. And we'll see you very soon. Very soon. Hey, get with me. What's up, Frank?
Hey, I just wanted to let you know, greeting in public service, total pay is $100.
Okay. My man, I like that seatbelt cover you got there. That's a wonderful. I like that. God bless you. All right. So listen, we're getting ready to go into a new hour in just a minute, but I want one person to come on. Bishop, shift out for me. And y'all give our bishop a hand. All right. So we're going to switch mics. All right. I've got our new youth pastor with me, Pastor Brandon Byers. Pastor, what's going on? Man, listen, you got those kids excited. They were out front holding up the greeting signs today. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. I don't know who that was trying to challenge me for basketball, but you better get her. I got bad knees, but I can still shoot. I'm just going to shoot a set shot every time. But we are so excited to have you, man, as our new youth pastor. The Beemans did such an amazing job, and you are now standing on their shoulders, doing great things. And people don't know, you're also an amazing cook. Yes, I know you are. Yeah, I want you. You ain't got to own it. I'll own it for you.
Your chicken salad over there.
Oh, I got some salad over here. Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm gonna get some on a break too.
Love you, Paula.
So, what are you doing with the youth so far?
So what we're doing with the youth, we are identifying the grow zone. We're helping them, or just really because our youth are already amazing.
Yes.
I'll say that, but really pushing them into their God-given purpose. There's a scripture in Genesis that talks about God's spirit already hovering the ocean before anything was. So to let them know that purpose was already here.
Yes.
And the fact that purpose was already here, nothing, no roadblock, no trial, no obstacle can get in the way of that. And not only if you persevere, but if you keep the faith, if you grow not only in your faith, but keep covenant connection, which we learned about in VBS this past week.
Yes.
And our kids, they have just been on fire as it concerns, them not only shining, they're so excited about the grow zone and you shouting them out every first Sunday. I don't think they're begging for attention, but they just want to be seen and say, hey, here I am. I have something to offer. I have something to bring to the table. Some of them are talking about ushering on the first Sunday and really getting involved in ministry. So I'm really excited to really just push them.
Good. Well, man, I wanted to give people an opportunity to see your face. Talk a little bit about what you're doing. We're so excited that you are on the pastoral team now. I need you to cook a couple of meals for me.
Yes,
I got my chicken salad over there.
Yes, sir, you do.
I'm going to eat it in Jesus' name. So we are so excited about what you are doing, and I appreciate you so much. So listen, here's what we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready to roll a quick video going into our next hour. We're going to shift a few things because we've got another former recipient we're going to talk to live, and then we're going to have a great conversation with some great doctors. Y'all check out this video.
Bishop, you ain't let me give my Elevate money.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everybody,
Hold on, the video. Hold on. Elevate.
Every other ministry done shot. We have $200 from Elevate. Thank you to our sponsors, to local nonprofits. I called them today and I was like, hey, I need some money for my kids.
I love it.
There we go.
$200, my man. I appreciate that. All right, y'all, let's go to this video. All right, y'all, we're doing a couple of switcheroos. Shout out to the team. I need Pastor's mic. Just bring me. We got some young folk working in here too. And we need a mic for Miss Trinity, all right? That's not the right mic, I don't think. The one that was, that's Pastor's mic. Pass that over there to her. And give me this one right here. Pastor, go ahead. Tell us who we have with us.
She can tell herself we have the incomparable Trinity Webster Bass with us.
Thank you.
But of course, we have our testimonial videos, but we have an on site testimonial with us because she's doing amazing things, and we want you all to hear what she's doing and to see her. So I want her to tell us what's happening in the life of Trinity Webster Bass. And she's back in Jacksonville because you all do know she graduated from the Mecca.
HU.
HU, oh, the real HU, as they
Hey,
say. I'm
hey,
glad
don't
my
say that too
children
loud.
aren't here
Your
because
daughter is watching. Don't
they
say
are
that
the
too
HIU. But Trinity, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to be home. If you don't know me, I'm Trinity Webster Bass. I'm a Jacksonville native, born and raised here, and also a lifelong member of the Bethel Church. As Pastor Kim said, I'm a recent graduate of Howard University, class of 2025. And I'm back here in Jacksonville because I serve as a reporter. I work for the Florida Trib. It's a nonprofit newsroom based here in Jax. And we focus on investigative and accountability journalism. And I cover K through 12 education. So very pertinent for tonight.
Now, what gave you a passion to get into that field?
I think I've always been a person who loved the news, and NPR was always playing in the car. Like, my parents are a little bit older, so I would still see them, reading physical newspapers, always having CNN, MSNBC on the television. So news has always been in my life, but I never foresaw my life shaping out in the way that it has, and now writing full-time and that being my passion in my career. So being able to illuminate what's going on in it, not only here in Jacksonville, but previously covering national news was also a really amazing opportunity. So
Now, you really had some experience at Howard University in
Yes.
journalism. Now, talk about that.
yeah, so as I mentioned, I graduated from Howard University, and I came in as a journalism major. I actually was debating a lot of different things, but I ended up settling on journalism. And I was a broadcast journalism major, so we had to do, in front of the screen, which I wasn't so comfortable with, but also behind the scenes, and having a number of producer credits. But while I was there as a broadcast journalism major, I had the wonderful opportunity to cover things like the Supreme Court, but also Kamala Harris being on our campus when she had the election night, and having that her whole entire campaign centered on our campus. So being able to cover that was really a treat and really a privilege. But I also worked for the Washington Post while I was there, so being in the biggest newsroom in town and really learning from some amazing journalists.
Being at Howard, the Mecca, I know was such an amazing experience. Now, this is the preacher in me. How often did you go to those Sunday chapels when they had those guests?
Well, I went every Sunday.
Did you?
Because I sang in the chapel choir.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay.
Yes.
You all had such, I did it, I don't know, it's been 7 or 8 years ago maybe, but there are so many powerful personalities that
Yes.
come through there. That's absolutely amazing. What amazes me is you always seemed to be shy.
Yes. Some I've gotten the word reserved.
Reserved.
A lot.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Reserved.
We'll
The
say
new shy
reserved.
is reserved.
But did going into journalism help kind of bring you out of your shell?
I would say yes, but also just being surrounded by a lot of different people who also had this one goal in mind of progressing us as a people, and experiencing that was really amazing. It was just being able to have friends and go to classes, and it's like, oh, this is all just about being Black. I love that. I love that. So I feel like I was able to kind of break out of that shell there, but also, like you said, when you are in front of the screen or you are in front of a mic, you have to show up and you can't, falter. So you got to read the teleprompter. You got to keep going and you have to have a smile on your face and like thinking ahead. So I think I definitely kind of learned those skills just by being a journalism major.
So was Howard your first choice? And if not, how is your journey stacked up to what you thought your college career was going to be like?
So Howard was not my first choice, which is always a surprise when I say that to some folks, but I don't regret it at all, not one bit. I did not see the plan. God knew the plan, but I did not see the plan. And I'm just so happy that I went to Howard. I just had a wonderful experience from, singing in like 3 different organizations, including the chapel choir, being the president of the IDB Wells Society for Investigative Reporting, Howard University chapter, being an officer at the National Association of Black Journalists, Howard University chapter, also becoming a Spring 24 initiative of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Alpha chapter, Skiwi. It's just like my Howard career was truly something special, and I'm so glad that I get to take all of those things and be back in Jacksonville and take all that I learned and put it to work.
So a rising high school senior may be watching tonight. What would you say to them are the benefits of an HBCU?
Yeah, like I said earlier, just being in a space where everyone is really coming together for this one goal in mind, and having that type of education where the foundation is, yes, we are Black and we acknowledge that, and you don't have to feel shy about that. I was also an honors student, and a part of that was having a thesis. So I wrote this 15,000 word paper, which ended up being like 100 and something pages. But I wrote it about music and Black women and the types of things that we as young women take away from that music, and kind of looking at that through a communications lens. So even that, in that space of like, yes, I can be an academic, but I can also center my academia in being Black and who I am. So it definitely gives you that just community, but also identity of like, yes, you learn so much about who you are, where you come from when you take those classes. It's all around you. Like you said, all of those people who have been within like the Rankin Chapel. So I definitely don't regret going to an HBCU. It should have been my first choice.
Now, what was your first choice?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know
Just
if
she
I
wants
should say
to
that. No comment. But my first choice was Northwestern. They had a great journalism program. So, yeah.
Wow. What's next for Trinity?
Well, I'm definitely committed to staying here in Jacksonville. That has been really a treat. I'm pursuing investigative journalism, which is a little bit different, where you get to take time and really go in depth in stories. So being able to do that has been really great. But as I envision my career in the long term, I definitely want to work in the places that I had the opportunity to work in the first place. So maybe going back to the New York Times would be nice, or the Washington Post. I think I would really enjoy that. But whatever it is, I think that being investigative focused, and also how can the work that I produce be of benefit to other people?
Well, as your village and as your church, we're proud of you.
Thank you so much.
We're thankful that we all played a part in your education,
Yes, certainly.
nurturing you for such a time as this, and you're doing great work, and we can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Y'all shout out Miss Trinity. Yeah. So I don't have my sheet, so I don't know I think there's a video. DJ Envy. Isn't he a Howard grad too? Hampton.
He went to Hampton.
The other age.
I knew she was going to say it. I knew it. I knew it. Janae is watching. It's okay, Janae.
It's okay.
We know you are.
It's all in love. HBCU love.
So we want you to check out DJ Envy, our guys getting ready to do some scratches on the ones and the twos, and then we'll be back with some really special guests. Y'all check this video out.
I've got you on my mind, your secret admirer. I've been watching you. At night, I think of you.
Here we go.
I want to be your lady, baby. If your game is on, give me a call, boo. If your love is strong, I give my all to you. At night, I think of you. I want to be your lady, baby. If your game is on, give me a call, boo.
Donate now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
Every day I pray my heart can win. Every night I pray I can call you my man. Yeah, yeah.
Keep going.
I need you. I want you to have you, hold you, squeeze you. So I'm going out every weekend just to see my boo again. At night I think of you.
I hope you rock with me. Let's go. Hey. You ain't even gotta leave the crib for this party. Y'all remember this right here? Let's go.
This goes out to all the women in the world, especially her. You know it don't even matter your age, don't even matter your color. Your fellas, I forget about y'all. This is for everybody like
Let me see you do those dances. Check the knees first. 1, 2, 3. Let me see.
my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. And we can dip down low and roll.
Let's go. Like I said, we gonna go through them. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. DJ, give me that Breakfast Club. Donate now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go Here we go. Here we go. Like I said, I'm gonna take you back for a little bit. Let's have some fun with it. Here we go. This is all about donating, so make sure you donate right now. Here we go. Tag team back again.
Check it, direct it, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoice. Everybody over here, party over there, wave your hands in the air, shake it down, yeah. These 3 words when you get busy. Whoa, there it is, hey man.
Here we go. What about this though? What about this? Here we go.
Well, listen, the first thing I want to do is kind of give an update. We are now at $74,450. That is absolutely amazing. I'm really excited about this segment because not only do we have 2 amazing doctors, but they are both members of the Bethel Church. And we have Dr. Wesley Mills right here, and I'm going to let them tell their fields in a minute. And my doctor, our doctor, Dr. Floyd Willis, both are with us. Thank you all. And I brought the other doctor back up here with me, Bishop Dr. Rudolph McKissick Sr. So both of you, tell us what field you're in and how long you've been doing that.
Okay, my name is Dr. Wesley Mills, and I do primary care and sports medicine. And as you guys can see how young I've only been doing it 5 years. I'm kidding. No, it's probably been 12 years. Actually trained with Dr. Willis earlier. He was one of the attendees when I was over at Mayo.
Really?
I know he looks really young as well, so you guys can't, But yeah, so I do primary care and sports medicine, and I'm one of the medical directors over at Ascension. So yeah.
Wow. Doc?
Yep, I am Floyd Willis. I have been at Mayo Clinic for 33-ish years. I serve in the primary care division. I'm a family physician. We happen to have several fellowships, sports medicine fellowships. We had, some would say we still have a palliative care fellowship, and this gentleman went through our fellowship. So I probably knew him when he was a baby doctor. I know I did.
Really?
Right. Oh, yeah. I've seen him for a long
Wow. Now we've got one more joining, and I'm a fuss because he's my nephew. But he flew in from Tampa just because he loves his uncle so much. This is Dr. Tom Diamond.
How are you?
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Nephew.
What's going on? I can't touch this purple right here.
You come on and touch it. It'll make you feel better. So introduce yourself. What field you're in? You're really just getting started good.
Really hitting the ground. I'm doctor. Feels weird saying that. Tom Diamond II, internal medicine, cardiology fellow, starting on July 1st, Wednesday, here at UF Jacksonville. So happy to be back home, happy to be in the city, but definitely happy to be working in the field. Concentration, of course, always on black health, improving risk factors for the number one leading disease that we die from, which is cardiovascular. So,
Man, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. So we decided we wanted to do this because I received a text, and Doc, I think I sent it to you about 3 or 4 months ago from someone from Meharry talking about the lack of black males now enrolling in medical school. I was shocked when I got that text. So I want to ask you all, we're seeing, as I just said, fewer young black men enrolling in medical school. In you all's opinion, what are some of the things that may be unfortunately driving that decline? Is it access, affordability, preparation, lack of exposure? And I want each of you all to answer that. What do you all think it might be?
I think it's a combination of all of those things, like you just said. Part of the time is if you're not prepared, not that we're not doing a good job of preparing ourselves, but first of all, there's a lot more sisters, African-American women going to college than men, so that already sets us back. So if you're not going to college, you obviously can't go to graduate school and go to medical school, so that's part of it. But I think it even starts earlier. We're just seeing a lot of us aren't in some of these STEM classes that prepare you to go to the college and be a biology and pre-med major and be able to go to some of these graduate and professional schools. So I think it starts off earlier, but then it just gets worse because there's not enough of us in college, which then makes an issue to go into graduate school. And it's always very competitive to get into these programs as it is. And so I think we're kind of starting off behind.
Wow.
Yeah, I completely and totally agree with Dr. Mills. I agree with the statistic. I'm not an undergraduate statistic.
You're not used to a mic.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, there's just a whole lot more black women getting through college than the black men. I think it's like 60% of the black folks in college are women as opposed to lower than that. Now, again, I don't know a whole lot about undergraduate education, but I agree with Dr. Mills. It carries through. You got to get through college to get to medical school. And so you got that stacked against you. And then I do believe imagination sometimes becomes reality.
Wow.
And if you cannot imagine yourself as a doctor, you never saw it, you never had it demonstrated, you've never had a black doctor to care for you, it might be difficult to aspire to that. So you add those couple of things together, and there are a few more. I'm sure Dr. Mills, we'll talk. There are a couple of others that keep us from graduating college and applying to medical school, but that would be my.
Now, Tom, you are young, so I want you to answer that question, but I want you to also answer what inspired you to go into medicine.
That's a great question, and to piggyback, just soundboard off everything they said, it is multifactorial. It's a few things. From a systemic standpoint, we only have 4 HBCU medical schools. That has been the same since the 60s. Howard, Morehouse, Meharry, and Charles Drew is the new kid on the block. When I say new kid, I mean from the 70s. And so if you look at almost over 60, 70 years, we're still at 4 HBCUs. Now we have 2 more coming. Xavier and Morgan State are getting medical schools, but 6 to service our community. So that's the systemic thing. What they said is true. Multifactorial. There are more black women going to college, not just in medicine, but across every field. And part of my responsibility, I think, that taking on this next generation is to increase the number of black males that want to go to school. And I think we do that 2 ways. The main way is our young men, primarily at the ages of 11 to 12-year-olds, starting right there, we have to expose them to humanities. A 12-year-old black girl she can be in arts, she can be a gymnast, she can be a track star, she can play piano, she can be in, whatever she wants to be, and we encourage that. A 10-year-old, 12-year-old black boy has to play sports. We force them to the degree if they don't want to play sports, they're like, hey, what's wrong with you? Right? And so you graduate a 18-year-old black young man who is underdeveloped in humanities and is unprepared for the world. So as a culture, our job and our responsibility now is we have to expose our young men to humanities. It's okay to play the piano. It's okay to be in drama. It's okay to be in art. It's okay to be in education. It's okay to be, and we have to champion that because those humanities fuel education. The converse from sports to education is very hard. The converse from humanities to education is seamless. So that's the first thing. And the second part of your question, I forgot your question.
Because you're in cardiology, so
Cardiology, yeah.
what at such a young, because nobody in your family.
No, nobody in my family.
What was it that gave you that passion?
Yeah, I was a victim of what I just talked about. Graduating First Coast High School, I had no access to humanities. I played football, and when it came time for college, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And my dad's like, go do pharmacy. I'm like, all right, cool. And literally, I went and applied for pharmacy, and no disrespect to pharmacists, that wasn't my path, right? Unfortunately, my grandfather died of a massive heart attack my second year in college and flipped my world upside down. And God, being in his ultimate plan, saw fit for me to get kicked out of the pharmacy program. And getting kicked out of the pharmacy program, I felt like an ultimate failure. Not because I wasn't qualified to be there, it's just because I didn't apply myself. And so almost out of spite and challenge, I said, what do I want to do? I want to go into medicine. And cardiology, for that reason of my grandfather dying from a heart attack, inspired me. And to piggyback real 10 seconds, once I decided to make that decision, the first person I called, and I got to give him a shout out, was Dr. Charles Simmons here in Jacksonville, Florida. He'd been my pediatrician. He's probably on like his 4th generation of kid. Everybody with a Dr. Simmons. But when I went to Dr. Simmons, I remember him being that black physician that I had seen as a child, and that was all I really knew as far as medicine and black people in medicine. And him opening up his practice to me for shadowing, him opening up himself as a resource for writing my letters of recommendation, asking questions, literally propelled my future into medicine. And just having that one person, I can't thank him enough for the impact that he had and embarked upon me to even get to this level.
Bishop, you have a question you want to ask?
I'm just amazed. Not at this point.
Not at this point. So I do. Here's the next question I want to ask. Beyond diversity, why does it matter that we have black male physicians? And does it matter even as it relates to patient care? Why does that matter?
Well, I'll just take a quick stab at that one. The elephant in the room about just not black physicians, but physicians of color, is the healthcare disparities problem that we have in the country. There's still disproportionate number of black people dying and suffering from chronic diseases. It's just throughout the country, in every corner of the country, and it can be improved significantly. And there's a lot of information out there that suggests that it can be improved if physicians of color are increasing in numbers. Wow. Some studies, they're not huge studies, but they're out there that suggest that, black men, for instance, will take instruction from another black man physician way more easily than others. Wow. There are some studies out there suggesting that if the physician community is diverse, including more black folks, that the health of the community improves a little bit. Wow. And I think another point is the black physicians tend to be disproportionately drawn to work in those very areas that I was talking about. Okay. And if they're not having an office there, they are in tune to those areas, and they understand it. They might have lived through that disparities. So this is just an important thing. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Wes?
Yeah, I agree, and I think some of it's cultural. I just think it's easier sometimes for an African American male to talk to another African American male, and I think it puts them at ease because as men we don't like going to the doctor anyway. Like I'm a doctor, I don't even like going to the doctor. So as men we just don't really like going to the doctor. So if there's another hurdle, there's something that's causing us not to feel comfortable, then we're really not going to go. And it doesn't do you any good if you go to your physician and you don't feel comfortable telling them what's wrong with you or what's going on. It doesn't help you at all. So if there's not a comfort level, then you're probably not going to go back, and you're not going to really, you're just not going to be invested. So.
I came from the period where you could not go to any other but a colored doctor.
Wow.
So we were, if I could just use that word, we were loaded in the city with black doctors, their little cases, and house visits.
So I have to comment on that one. I think that's amazing because I don't think I met a black doctor till I was in college.
Really? Wow.
They just weren't around from a small town, and you just didn't have them. So I think it's fantastic. It was segregation. I can't say that's fantastic, but it's interesting to hear Bishop say that.
And so I lived to see a change. I lived right on through to seeing physicians, black physicians, set up in the city. And seemingly, I'm seeing another change of a lack, and it's because they're not going to school, but I'm wondering, there's not many practicing or private practicing. Is that because they're going to the hospitals?
Dr. Mills can talk. I know we both can talk about that all day long.
I haven't faced it to the level that you all. That is a deliberate and systemic issue that we're facing as physicians, from private equity groups, from insurance companies now bundling not only private insurance for patients, but buying hospitals. The last of the Mohicans are the private groups, private practices owned by the physician. And that's for a number of reasons, for profit, but is at a detriment to the patient severely.
It is, and I'll say one other piece of that at least is it has gotten so complex. It's really more high tech than it used to be. You really want to provide the absolute best that you can for the patient, and sometimes it's difficult to do that in your own private practice. I'm not saying with everyone, but sometimes, right? With chronic diseases, you sometimes find it easier to take care of your patient when you've got all the tools at your hand and you utilize those tools sufficiently and efficiently for the patient, as opposed to being there by yourself. That's not every field of medicine. Some they do fine all by themselves.
Especially the fields that we're in. For example, a lot of the times, I don't want to blame everything on insurance companies, but they make it very difficult, and physicians, we can't be in unions, so they make it very difficult for us to be in solo practice or even just have a small group, because what will happen is, if I was going into practice, say, and I'll make up some random numbers, but the amount of reimbursement that you'll get in solo practice, if they even let you on the panels, and if you're not on panels, you can't get patients. If you can't get patients, you can't keep your practice open. So they make it very difficult to even get on the panel. And then if you get on the panel, they're going to give you pennies compared to what if you're in a larger group. So they've incentivized us to be in groups. So you really don't have much choice but to be in a group, because if we come and we have more negotiating powers, what happens? And so if you go by yourself and it's just myself, Dr. Mills, I'm going to Florida Blue, and I'm saying, let me on the panel, and I have 200 of your patients, it's not as good as if I go with a big group and we have 20,000 of your patients. So now we have more negotiating power. So they've literally made us form groups.
So, I mean, I could do this all day, but we've got another group coming on in a minute. I want to ask one last question to each of you. If a 12-year-old boy were watching us tonight and said, I want to be a doctor, what's the one piece of advice you would give him?
I'll take that one. I think that's an easy one for me. Be really careful if someone tells you what you can't do.
Absolutely.
Someone tells you, no, you can't do that. You got to really think about that one and go ask the people that you trust, can I do this or not? Most likely, the people that you trust are going to say, yes, you can do whatever you want. But still, back in the system when I was coming through it and now, there will be qualified, eager, smart, brilliant people, particularly young black men, who are told what they cannot do.
Yeah.
So don't listen to that. You can do it.
Yeah.
Try to find a mentor if you're able. I mean, sometimes that's difficult, but in this day and age of, even because you might live in a small town, you might not have anyone, but even this day and age with social media, try to reach out to someone, because it is very helpful if you have a mentor, because they can kind of help guide you on, because maybe your school counselor doesn't really know or not putting in the effort to tell you what courses you need to be taking in high school so you're prepared for college. And then when you're in college, what course you need to take so you're prepared for the MCAT or the DAT or whatever field you're going into. So if you're able to find a mentor, that's a huge benefit.
That's golden. That's golden. I would say this, and to add another point, to the 12-year-old boy, tell as many people as possible. Everywhere you go, they should know you as Tom Diamond, the doctor.
Wow.
You're 12 years old. You should tell your parents. You should tell your friends. You should tell your entire community. That's to the 12-year-old boy. To the community, we have to call him the doctor. You have to embark that wisdom on them at a very young age so they, one, understand that they have a support system, because the fields and the rooms that we enter don't look like us at all. But understanding that they have somebody who is behind them, pushing them, makes that much of a difference. And so that community build that we encourage people, we call them the doctor. And don't talk down to them. This not the little doctor. This ain't you gonna be or the wanna be, or in our field we say the budding. That's the way we always try to put you. No. This is the doctor. This is Dr. Diamond. This is Dr. Johnson. This is Dr. William. At 13 years old. And so when 10 years later, 15 years later, when he actually is a physician, he remembers that my bishop called me a doctor at 12 years old, and that stuck with me.
Wow. Dr. Wesley Mills, Dr. Floyd Willis, and Dr. Tom Diamond. Can y'all shout them out for me and everybody that's watching online? Thank you all so much for being here. Somebody tell me what's next. What's next? Video? What do we have next? We're making a switch right to the Zoom. Oh, okay. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Please continue to give to Scholarthon 2026 as our Scholarthon giving link is up on the screen, or you can call in to 904-208-2419 and our virtual Vanna will answer your call. Please sow, and we will make sure that everyone will know that you have called in to give your donation. Don't forget 904-208-2419 to send in your donation. We're waiting on you, and we're waiting for this phone to ring, or you can hold your camera up to the QR code that you see right there on the screen. Scholarthon, Dollars for Scholars, on our Givelify giving platform. Thank you so very much.
Hey, y'all. I'm so excited about this one, Jesus. I'm really excited about this one for a number of reasons. So, first of all, these are not really college professors. They big time.
Well, they have
deans.
been. They've been in the classroom, so
They
they kind of
deans,
transitioned.
all that kind of. So here's what I want us to do for everybody that's watching and everybody here. I want each of you to introduce yourselves, and then I'm gonna brag on myself a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So let's start with Dr. Skurlock.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ethel Skurlock, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Dean of the Sally McDonald Barksdale Honors College at the University of Mississippi. But my trade is to be a professor of English and African American Studies. And I'm excited to talk to the McKissick's today and to talk to all of y'all about scholarships.
Dr. Deb.
Good afternoon and evening. My name is Deborah Martin. I serve as the Dean of Graduate Enrollment Student Services at Virginia Union University, and my area of discipline is in practical theology.
All right, and Dr. Lewis,
Yes.
our local.
Woohoo!
So thanks so much for having me. I'm Dr. Salento Lewis. I am the Associate Vice President for Student Success and Engagement, Title IX, Director of Campus Ministries and Church Relations, and I teach in cybersecurity in our master's program at the Edward Waters University here in Jacksonville, Florida.
I need you to know Dr. Heather Carter is in here screaming on your behalf. Now, before we go any further, I have to have a moment of bragging.
Here we go.
Because the
brag. You do have the right to brag.
Because the two sisters that are on here are my spiritual daughters.
Yes.
They both started preaching under my ministry. I licensed Dr. Skurlock in Toledo. Oh, you're actually my first spiritual daughter. Literally. And what's so good, you know this, we ended up licensing Ethel in a church that didn't believe in women preachers when we first got there. Yeah, that's my first daughter.
Won't he do it?
And then Dr. Martin, many people may not know, was in Bethel when she was a student at University of North Florida and accepted her call, then went on up to Virginia Union. I'm a proud dad sitting up here today. But thank you all, seriously, thank you all for being on here. We're having a great night. We've raised $75,000 so far.
Wow.
Yeah, we're doing some major stuff. So college education, period, is changing, but especially college education. And much of it is going online. Deb, you and I know, like the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School at Virginia Union is now all online. Maybe I'm old school, you know, I graduated seminary in 1990. I just ain't with all this online stuff because I believe that there is something to be said about presence and about learning in that kind of environment, but this is where we are. So I really want all three of you to answer from your experiences and just from your opinion. What has been, the first one is just a factual one, and then talk about the effect of online learning. But firstly, what has been the impact on enrollment because of online learning? And then talk to us about what may be some of the pluses and minuses of those. I want everybody. Dr. Ethel, we'll start with you up there in Mississippi.
Okay, I'll be quick to make sure we can all chime in on this. And I would think that we are kind of an anomaly at the University of Mississippi because we have SEC football and they are really we're experiencing a rise in enrollment, and all of our SEC schools are. So there are students who want that college experience of being able to go to football games, living in dorms, engaging in living communities. And so it's not impacting our enrollment in terms of traditional students, but it does impact the enrollment of non-traditional students. And for me, what I love about online learning, even though I didn't like teaching online, is that it makes learning more accessible. It makes getting degrees more accessible so that older people or people who have to work to pay for school can do 1 or 2 classes at a time, do it at their own pace. They don't have to worry about getting babysitters if that's a cost problem. They don't have to worry about how they're going to manage all these different things without a job. So the fact that it makes it more accessible, we do have a few programs that cater to young people, like our business program is primarily, not primarily, but one of our business programs is primarily online at the University of Mississippi, and one of our masters in accountancy. And that is so that students can work and earn a living and get those real life skills while they're doing that. But I'm like you, I love the online learning. I think there's something magical that happens in the classroom, something powerful and spiritual.
I love it. Wow. Dr. Martin?
Yeah, I most definitely agree that online learning has expanded access to higher education, particularly for those that have already been stated, parents, military personnel, and even younger students who need flexibility. Because at the end of the day, we're seeing a large number of younger students who are not able to just go to school full time and have to get jobs. And so online learning education is allowing them to do that. But the key is going to be institutions ensuring that they put resources toward online education so that online programming is providing the same quality of education, the same quality of faculty student engagement, same quality of student support services. And so there's an equal playing field no matter if you're online or in a traditional setting. I do know at Virginia Union we have expanded on online education greatly because of that, because of access. But even within the School of Theology, we're still providing some intensives in person because we do believe in community. So there's something that you oftentimes miss when you're online. So that in-person community networking, particularly in theological education. But at the end of the day, online education isn't going nowhere. It's going to just continue to grow. And we just have to be able to put resources toward it.
Wow. Dr. Lewis.
So to agree with both Dr. Skerlock and Dr. Martin, well, I think we're in the age where online learning is no longer simply an alternative. It's just becoming an expectation. Students, learners, working professionals, military affiliated, parents as well. And I think COVID-19 was the thing that really accelerated the acceptance of the online education. I got my actual master's degree in online learning theory in 2005.
Wow.
And it wasn't until literally 2019, 2020, that March, that all these things sped up very, very quickly. So it was very easy to start that adaptation. But I believe what Dr. Skerlock said earlier is very critical, is the faculty training piece of it is really critical to whether or not that true online learning and what we want them to get in the classroom, they're truly being translated through the online environment. And we know, as specific as a HBCU, we traditionally done things by relationships, building relationships. So really being able to garner that relationship even through an online learning environment is not that it's truly asynchronous, but it's this faculty member putting their face out there so that the students still understand that this is truly a dynamic back and forth in the online environment.
This is interesting because for me, I love in-person learning as opposed to online. And of course, everybody has their preferences. So my question would be, with the rise of online, and interesting that you all mentioned people have jobs. It's about flexibility. If I'm online and I don't have to go to the physical building, and it allows me to do two things or three things at one time. I can get this learning, this matriculation, and have a job, as opposed to taking the time to go and enroll, and I have to be on campus and that kind of thing. So how does online learning and enrollment, how does the student debt is the student debt impacted, and college affordability if you're going online versus being on campus?
Well, I'll jump in. I think where you kind of get the difference between the two, um, on-campus environments tend to cater more to a lot of campus services, campus-based services. So there are many positions and roles in those campuses that now have to be filled to be able to get those high-touch environments. Where in an online environment, sometimes you go to mental health, mental wellness, those types of things. You're able to adapt outside vendors that are able to assist with those things. So you're able to kind of mitigate some of those costs. So you can see some differences in the cost of an online being maybe a little bit less than being in physical in person. But at the same time, again, I think it doesn't diminish whether or not you're on ground or on campus. It still has to be a very high touch type of environment if you truly want the learning and the relationship of alumni is ism. Can I make up a word? Alumniism to really be there. Right.
Oh, anybody else want to jump in? Because I got.
I was about to say that for us, it's the same cost. Because one of the things that we're doing is ensuring that we're expanding our resources so that online students get the same quality as wraparound services. So when it comes to workforce development, when it comes to mental health services, so it doesn't matter if you live 100 miles away or if you're on campus, you should be able to tap into any services that we have on campus. And so we want to make sure that we don't lose any student, no matter if they're online or in person.
And I'm going to say at our institution, it is the same whether you're in a live classroom or taking it online. And we have a lot of parents who get very angry about that. They feel like it should be less, but it's not. And I would think that if you're going to think about something, I don't have enough data about it, but if you're going to think about a differential, the difference of not having to pay for on-campus housing, or if you're in a high-cost living area for a college town, that you don't have to pay for that. Would be the only difference. But in terms of pure tuition, it's pretty much going to be the same unless you're going to a for-profit school. But all of our traditional colleges are going to probably be the same.
Now, Dr. Skurlock, I have a question for you.
Lord have mercy.
She's known me long enough. She know that tone. I'm about to come with some foolishness.
Okay.
It's a question that I don't think is as relevant for Dr. Lewis and for Dr. Martin. How has the current administration, I had to get my spirit together to say it in a nice way. How has the current administration's targeting of DEI affected the ability for community as well as education in an institution that is a PWI?
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of that. When I talked about the rise in enrollment in SEC schools, we're dealing with a lot of issues around that. So Alabama, Louisiana, Florida, Mississippi, we're all challenged in different ways. And I'm not a defender of Mississippi. Mississippi has its own issues. But one thing that we have managed well is the transition out of what we identify with the terms diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we have the same laws that were passed as other institutions in terms in other states in terms of, you can't use these words, or it can't be used in terms of hiring, or you can't have mandatory training. So we did have to get in line with state legislation in terms of that. But we have a lot of people at our institution who fought back against that, and who also did the work of making sure that we're still doing the work of access for everybody. So we're still looking at opportunity, access, retention, that kind of work. But in terms of what we label it and what we call it, and how we recruit for it and how we hire it for it, it has shifted a lot. And I don't think the shift has been good. I'm not happy about the shift, but we're managing. We're managing. And I'm happy to say in Mississippi that we haven't lost jobs because of it. that we've transitioned into new jobs and tried to figure out how to be creative about what we're doing.
That's good.
What are some of things that are needed in our community that our children, that we can make sure our children are intellectually and academically successful? That's a major one because I believe community programs feed into what they do, what they believe, and what they become.
I mean, that's a major question, and I want to kind of answer it in a couple ways, if you don't mind. One, my immediate thought was prior to coming into college settings. I think a lot of times we send students to college with services they needed prior to coming to college. I think that, and one of the things I was thinking about mental health services. Being able to be diagnosed with a learning disability. And so we have a lot of students who come challenged in those areas, not realizing that they have access, they can tap into accommodations to help and support them. And so because our communities oftentimes do not either have a lot of education regarding the steps to go into providing services for their child before they come to college, but as an educator, we have more communities coming together, providing those services. I think that we can, from the very time they step on college campuses, assist our students in so many different ways, and they won't be left behind.
Wow. Anybody else on that one?
I'd just like to say, I think even to Dr. Martin's point, as these students are transitioning, it's very critical that the parents, the students themselves, as well as the high school counselors or whoever they may be, that they're able to provide the records of those students so that we are able to assist them when they come in. A lot of people just won't do it, and a lot of people aren't telling them when they're transitioning from the high school to post-secondary to be able to let them know that, hey, these things are available to you. And as soon as you get to that campus, find your office of accessibility, disability, whatever that may be. If you have a 504 accommodation, IEPs from high school or earlier, or even if you don't know if you need one, go and see if there are things that you are able to do, whether that's test, more time to test, more time to spend in a quiet place to be able to test for test anxieties, all those types of things. It's very, very critical that we're teaching our students to be able to go to their university and say, hey, you need to reach out as soon as you get there and see what is actually available to you as a new college student.
And I want to add to that because I have very wealthy students who do this without shame. And then students who don't have wealth have shame and don't want to get the help. And so we be willing to ask for help. I also want to add, we need to make sure we're always exposing our children to diverse learning opportunities, no matter what their natural interests are. So, for example, send them to Vacation Bible School. We know that's important. That is learning, that is literacy, that is engagement, that is how I have a conversation, a dialogue, learn about different things. But also look for opportunities in your community, at libraries, at local colleges. There are a lot of camps where you can get scholarships for. They would teach your students about technology, teach them about the environment. Like, our students need to know that they can do anything. They need to see people doing anything, and they need to be exposed. So neither one of my children ended up being in the sciences, but I made sure they went to environmentalism camp. They went to technology camp. They learned about forensic science. And that wasn't their gift, but I wanted them to stretch themselves and know who they were. If you get to college and need to figure it out, we're gonna help you. But it's good if you can get a head start on figuring it out before you get to us.
Well, listen, I want to thank you all. Now, before we let you go, I need you to tell Dr. Lucas I need 2 or 3 scholarships for students. I need you to tell Dr. Faison, Dr. Lewis, I need a couple of scholarships. Dr. Skurlock, you and I have already talked. So, you know, yes, the Bible says you have not because you ask not. So now, that's what the Bible says. So Dr. Lucas, I need you to remind him that he's already promised me 1 full ride for an undergrad and 1 full ride for the seminary. I've got the seminary covered, so I got that one already. Tell him I need 2 more for undergrad. if you could work on that in the next month or so, Dr. Faison with Edward Waters and Dr. Skurlock, whomsoever you need to talk to get anything, you can get us. No, because we're going to have some young people who didn't apply for these, who feel like they can't go to school.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I want to be able to say, hey, you want to go to school? I got something I can offer you. So I'm putting it out there in the world by faith that y'all are going to help me with that. But I thank you all, and thank you, Dr. Lewis.
Thank you so much.
My daughters, I thank you.
yes.
I love y'all.
Thank
Appreciate
you
y'all
all.
so
Appreciate
much.
your time.
Hey, y'all give a hand for Dr. Ethel Skurlock, Dr. Deborah Martin, and Dr.
Salento Lewis.
Yay!
From down the street.
Good
Thank you
night.
all so much.
All right, we're making a quick switch.
Our studio audience has been so amazing.
They
Thank
have
you
been.
all. Yes.
All right.
Our studio audience.
So we don't want to leave out, do we? No.
Dr. Senator LaVon Bracey.
Yeah, we don't want to end. If we end, we're going to be in trouble.
No. She's in the.
All right. Ain't no telling what way this one going to go.
Coming up next, we have.
There she is. There she is, right there,
D9
right
coming,
there, right
and
there.
then we have Dr. Senator. I keep wanting to call her Doctor. Senator LaVon Bracey Davis.
There she
There
is.
she is.
Senator LaVon Bracey Davis. Can you hear me? I don't think LaVon got it. Hey.
Hey, y'all.
There you go.
You all don't
I'm sorry.
remember.
Hold up. Let me act more senatorial. Sorry.
Oh
sorry,
my goodness.
sorry.
A few years ago, she was with us on site as one of our hosts. So now she's with us.
And now
on the screen.
she is a senator.
Yes. Woo-hoo.
Wait, but can I say something though?
You can
Rev,
say
if
anything
went
you
back-
want.
If you went back and watched that video, the whole night, I was a state representative, but you kept calling me senator, and I kept correcting you.
that.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
I do remember
I kept
that.
saying, Rev, I'm not a senator, I'm a rep.
I remember.
And you kept the whole night. You called me senator. And
So
you're
if I call
prophetic.
you pastor tonight, what does that mean?
Oh, wait. See, see, you trying to start stuff. You trying to start stuff.
Listen, we are so proud of you
Yes,
and
yes.
everything you are doing. The Braceys are near and dear to our heart. Her sainted father was just so special to me and to my father who is here, and Dr. LaVon still doing work in the community.
Oh yeah.
Your husband is like my little brother, and our daughter is your age.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She runs a tight ship too.
I know.
She runs a tight ship.
If you
She
call her,
runs a
she said,
tight ship.
I'm going to call. I have to call you back.
Yeah. She runs a tight ship.
So what's going on right now in this?
Oh.
A lot going
Florida
on.
is on fire.
Yes,
Florida,
we are.
Florida is on fire. But before we jump in, I just want to hold space and go back for a second for when I had the opportunity. I can't remember what year that was, but to be a co-host on this, because you all assigned me the duty to interview your mother.
Yes.
And she talked about, I'll never forget it, she talked about her vision for Scholarthon. I think it started with like walking on the track or something like that.
Yes.
And we went in detail about that, and it's a moment that I will never forget. So I'm really grateful that I have that in my memory, and I can. And when she passed, it was one of the first things that I remembered is that we had that wonderful conversation. So thank you for allowing me to do that. Okay, Florida.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm grateful. First of all, let me just say this. I very proudly represent Senate District 15, which is West Orange County. It's a majority minority district, meaning it's more black people in the district than not. And I'm grateful for that because I legislate through the lens of the people that I represent. So I legislate on behalf of the underserved, the left behind, the forgotten, the voiceless, and I legislate, agitate, and all sorts of things on behalf of those underserved people. But grateful for the opportunity to serve, grateful for being chosen to serve and to represent and to use my voice, especially in these times that are perilous, right? We're
Yes.
in a moment and in a season where Florida is trying really hard to, when they say America gets a cold and Black America gets a flu,
Right.
we are in flu season right now. We're
Yes.
definitely in flu season. We have a legislature right now. You all know we have a legislature right now that is trying to make everything anti-Black. We are in a place where DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion have become bad words.
Right.
And I've always thought that we can find strength in diversity in every aspect, right? Every aspect of life, not just cultural diversity, but I mean, even if you talk to your financial advisor, they tell you to diversify your funds, right? Like diversity shouldn't be a bad word, but here we are in the state of Florida. That when you have a goal to diversify or to be different or to make sure that all voices are heard, that's considered a bad thing. We're also in a state that honors the like of Charlie Kirk, right? I spent a whole session this year fighting bad bills to honor Charlie Kirk, a Charlie Kirk Day of Remembrance, renaming schools and renaming streets after Charlie Kirk. And so knowing that this is a man that, talked about Black women and talked about, marginalized communities and talked about Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown and said she was ignorant and all sorts of crazy things. And so I'm grateful when I say I'm grateful for the opportunity to fight. That's not just a cute little catchphrase. I'm fighting, like literally. I am literally fighting every single day that I am in Tallahassee. But yeah, here we are. Here we are in a place with a governor. And I hate to be so political because I know we're celebrating students and we're raising money for students, but this all intertwines. This absolutely intertwines, especially the work that we're doing to not even teach real history in schools, right?
Right.
And that intertwines with the work that you all are doing right now. And so, but here we are with a governor that I can say doesn't mean most of us well. But grateful for, even as a part of the minority caucus and the minority party, we still have fighters, even you all in Jacksonville. You have Senator Tracy Davis and Representative Angie Nixon.
Yes.
And when I tell you those ladies are fierce, they are fierce. And so we fight every day. And so I'm honored to even be able to tell the viewers and listeners, because oftentimes we watch what's happening on television and we read the news and it sounds like we're just being pummeled and bulldozed. And what they don't realize is there are people that are standing flat-footed, 10 toes down, as stalwarts in Tallahassee, fighting against bad legislation. Yeah. And it doesn't get emphasized enough. And that's okay, but since y'all gave me 4 minutes to talk, I just wanted to get the record straight.
So tell me this, you mentioned him in Tallahassee. And the education system. That you mentioned they're trying to rewrite history.
Oh yeah.
Even to the extent where he made one of the most evil statements you could make, that our ancestors benefited from slavery. And it was an idiotic statement. To me, it was an evil statement. It was an ignorant statement. It was a statement of him trying to throw red meat to a bunch of to a bunch of prejudiced, bigoted Republicans. But they are passing policies that are shifting and shaping and shaking what education looks like, that affects our boys and girls. What can we do about that? Besides vote him out, but he don't have to vote him out because he's gone.
Yeah, because he's gone. He's gone. First of all, let's be honest. If we are leaning on the public education system to truly educate our students about our history, we're gravely mistaken, and we're headed down the wrong path. My mother, she works with this initiative called Faith in Florida, and they go around the state teaching Black history in churches, and I love it, right?
Yes.
My mother wrote a children's book about her integration efforts, and she talked very clearly about the reason why she wrote this book is because nobody can tell my story like I can. and she can't be depending upon the public education sector to tell her story, right? Because we've seen how stories can be whitewashed, stories can be manipulated. You know, we can start saying about our ancestors that they benefited from slavery. We know that's an asinine thought to say we benefited from being chattel.
Right.
But here we are. And so I think it's our responsibility. My dad would always say, when you know better, you do better, right? So I think it's our responsibility, those that are educated, those that do know our history, those that, like your father. Your father, being 90 plus years old, is a vessel of history. We should be documenting and hearing his story and recording his story so that, for generations to come, they are able to hear and learn of him. Because if we are waiting for our public school system to do it, you'll keep waiting. I mean, it's a school system that we refuse to fully fund. It's a school system where teachers are grossly underpaid, where teachers are walking around on eggshells. That's not it. That ain't it. That ain't it.
That ain't it at all.
So what is it, I believe, is if we get out and vote.
Yes.
That's how we amplify our voices. I hear some people or see some people on Facebook saying, well, I'm not voting. Well, not voting is a vote, because you're not helping anything by not voting. And I think we just need to continue to educate and get them to the polls and exercise their right to vote. Their voice does matter. We may not see it manifest then, but your voice is still making a difference, because it's being documented today, and we will see it come to pass. So we've got to get them out to vote.
I want to piggyback before you answer that, Lavon.
Okay.
Because we have a gubernatorial coming up.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And too many people, not just in our community, but especially our community, only vote in national elections and don't understand the effect that local and state. I mean, let's put it on the table. Who they have coming next is a worse version of who they have coming now, because he looks like us. Yeah. And in the words of Jeremiah Wright, everybody your color ain't your kind.
Ain't your kind. Ain't your kind. Ain't your kind.
It's talk to us about the importance of voting, because what's coming down the pike, I don't think we've seen anything yet from the one who's in there.
Yeah. So first of all, Lady Pastor Diva Kim, you said something so very important, and you talked about the apathetic voter. The biggest voting block is not the Republican or the Democrat. The biggest voting block is the apathetic voter, the one that stays home. And you're absolutely right. When you stay home, you are casting a ballot, just not for the person that would that will operate in the best interest of you. Right. So what disappoints me is when I hear people of color saying, I don't do politics, or I'm staying out of that, or that has nothing to do with me.
Especially preachers.
Hear me clearly. You can talk all you want to and say, I don't do politics. Politics does you. Politics does you. We affect your pocketbook. We affect how you live. We are in, politics is in every aspect of your life, whether you do it or not. Period. You live in a house, you pay property insurance, you pay property taxes. I legislate what happens in your life, whether you like me or not.
That's right.
So the bottom line is, what we should be doing is picking leaders that are in our best interest.
Yes. Yes.
And you can't do that if you're at home and you don't vote.
That's right.
You can't do it.
That's right.
You can't do it. So yes, this election is a crucial time. Yes. And look, y'all can't talk partisanship. Y'all a nonprofit. I'm a Democrat. So let me just.
Oh no, they passed a new law. We can talk it.
Look, let me just level set of what electing a Democrat, a moderate Democrat, because that's who is leading the pack right now, what that means. So right now, the legislature, the Democrats are in the super minority, meaning we don't even have a third in the House or the Senate, right? Meaning we can't stop legislation, right? We can't even suspend the rules right now, because usually to suspend the rules, you have to at least have a third, and we don't, right?
Wow.
Having a Democratic governor gives us veto power.
Yes.
Veto power is huge. Having a Democrat governor, governors appoint to the Supreme Court. Right now, we just passed illegal gerrymandered maps. And the Supreme Court just affirmed those maps. The Florida Supreme Court just affirmed those maps overwhelmingly. I want to say 4 or 5 of those Supreme Court justices was appointed by the sitting governor right now.
Yeah.
Elections have consequences.
Yes, they do.
They have consequences.
Yes, they do.
And I'm hopeful that Floridians are now seeing the consequences of their actions. I think when you talk about we are in an affordability crisis, that is a direct line to who you elected and who you put in office.
Yes.
The inflation, gas prices.
Yes.
I need you all to know, if you didn't vote the right way, this is partially your fault.
How about
Say
that?
that again. That's right.
I love it.
It's your fault.
I love it.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
Wow. Well, we're going to do better.
Yeah.
We're going to do
I
better.
love your passion for, and that's
Well,
why
now you do
ran.
know she was a drama major.
Wait,
Yeah.
but I love your passion.
Howard's finest. Howard's finest.
We need more of that to spread the word, to be on the front line, to stand in the gap, because we are in a critical time now, and so we've got to vote. We don't have a choice. Our ancestors fought. They were hosed. They were beat on, and all of the spit on, and all of that.
The dogs.
Everything.
All of that was beneficial.
It was beneficial.
Yeah.
And now the next generation, some of them, they don't even have two thoughts about it. But we must continue what they started, and we owe it to them.
Girl, we're so listen.
Thank you. This
So
was amazing.
proud. I'm talking about from high school doing drama.
Yes.
Remember your mama made you do that speech at the house one night.
Lady Macbeth, I believe it was.
Yes.
She was like, I do it right now. Out damn spot. Come on, mama. Like right now.
Baby, we got stories.
I love it.
Yeah.
But to watch you from there into into your acting career, then into the legal.
Law school,
Yes.
Law school.
And now you regulating the state. I'm so proud of you for real.
Thank
Thank God for you. Praying for you.
And you turning our daughter into Sister Soldier.
Oh yeah, she's ready. She is ready. She is ready. She is ready. And I'm grateful for her. She is an amazing aide. You know, we don't give enough credit to those that help us look good. When I'm quoted in the media or I'm seen on TV, you know, they don't see the wonderful staff that I have that make sure that I look good, and Janae is a huge part of that. So thankful for her.
Yeah. Well, girl, we love you.
Thank you.
All right.
Tell your husband I said what's up.
Yeah, he's doing the after church nap, so I won't return for another hour or so.
All right, girl.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Love you much.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Senator LaVon
Senator
Bracey
LaVon
Davis.
Bracey Davis.
All right, so a little behind, but we're getting ready for the most rambunctious hour of the night. It's the D9 hour. So y'all play that Greek video, and then we're going to get ready to get into this. Let's play the Greek video, and let's play the testimonial, because that gives them time to set the stage up. So we'll do the Greek video, then the testimonial video right behind each other, and that gives them the chance to set this up. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
I had to get up out my house, I had to leave, I'm gone, yeah. Had to go out on my own, I had to show I'm gone, yeah. Had to pay for all of this, I had to take a loan, but how it's homecoming made me feel I came home. Parties turning up indoors, and the laundry room. Homecoming cookout like a family reunion. Tuskegee football games, then right there stay poppin'. Forget the game, ain't nobody watching. Southern grambling by you, classic band stay rockin'. Dance line grooving to the music, moving, choppin'. Don't you wanna go to a place in your life where everyone around you look just like you? Stars around, shining bright, surrounded by black, like you on space flight. See, you don't need a spaceship to go to a different world. It feels like home, but this is a different world where your skin fits in, and everyone is different. You don't have to fit a type, you don't have to be a token. You're not defined by preconceived notion. Love your life, drink your potion. You can be who you wanna be in this place safe from the hierarchy. Your race, black folks from around the world in one location. Vacation to Winston-Salem.
everybody. My name is Caitlin Harris, and I am a recipient of the Scholarthon Scholarship, and I am a recent grad from Florida A&M University. And I just want to talk a little bit about how this scholarship was truly beneficial for me, and being able to receive it every time that I applied. Having this scholarship and the support from my church family was something I'll forever be grateful for, being that I wasn't so overwhelmed and stressed about how I was going to pay my tuition, how I was going to pay books and supplies that I need for class, how am I going to pay my living expenses, being that I originally started living on campus during my years at school, but then I transitioned off campus. So during this transition, being able to have some financial support from my church family, being able to pay different bills, not graduating in debt. This is all something that I'm truly grateful for. And also with my 4 years of being on the Hill, being able to shift my focus from different burdens that I may be experiencing to focusing on my academics to allow me to graduate, to allow me to really hone in and focus and finish in the 4 years that I did. So this is something that I would truly and forever be grateful for. Hi everybody, my name is Caitlin Harris, and I am a recipient.
We, 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 the Bethel D9, honor our fallen brother, Ronald LaFrance Lott, Sr., a husband, father, brother, and servant.
Which initiated into the Delta Phi chapter at Mississippi Valley State University in June of 1982.
We celebrate his life and his legacy as a member of the D9, his service to Phi Beta Sigma and the Bethel Church.
We love you.
Welcome to the craziest hour of the night. This is the D9 hour. Switch mics with me, Pastor. This is yours.
He has the good sounding mic.
Why you got to take my mic? This is the D9 hour. So, first of all, I wore a shirt intentionally. No. It's not a bad shirt. No. I think everybody up here will.
Why are you undressing?
No.
What's happening?
I want everybody to see. Y'all see my shirt?
What does it say? Oh, Black Greek letter organizations were established. Turn around. Turn around. I'm going to read it.
Huh?
To foster academic success, community service, and social uplift during the Jim Crow era. Today, our core purpose remains centered on lifelong brotherhood, sisterhood, civic engagement, and advocating for civil rights and social justice. The 9 major BGLOs are collectively known as the Divine Nine and operate under the umbrella of the National Pan-Hellenic Council.
All right, that's enough.
It's over. That's
Bottom
it.
line is, ain't no denouncing nothing. Ain't no denouncing. How y'all doing?
Hey guys.
So we'll hold getting the numbers on the end.
we'll do, yeah.
I need my iPad. Is my iPad over there,
Y'all
Fred?
see it right-
Yeah.
Oh,
You're not Fred. Come back over
Charles, come on.
here. I told y'all this is the wildest hour. All right. Okay, now we got to move Martin over a little bit. Martin, you kind of out the picture. Yeah, there we go.
Do we need to move? Do we need to shift?
Don't pay no attention to us. I really want to give Jerome and the crew, man, they moved this thing so good. So let's talk about this a little bit. You know, we talked about this. We joke around a lot, but on the real, and I'll let you talk about the sororities, but every fraternity, you know, outside of our jesting and joking, every fraternity is immersed in community and education. We have scholarship week. I think you all call it achievement week. Alphas, what do you all call your scholarship?
So we have the go to high school, go to college.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, all of us are doing things, and this whole first of all, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Nobody on this stage started worshiping another God. You know, nobody did I pledge to Omega? Absolutely. You know, but does my soul belong to Omega? No. No. And I personally, I think that all these folk that are denouncing are people who didn't move up where they wanted to in the organization, or something of that
And I
nature.
think it's also an understanding. They don't understand it. They don't know
No,
what
they
it's all
understand
about.
it. They
Some people
understand
don't really don't know what this is all about. So they have to say things.
But
that
you
they don't
think
know,
that's people who joined it or people who have not joined
who
it?
have not joined
Yeah,
for making
okay.
those kind of statements.
Okay. So anybody kind of speak to why you chose your fraternity or your sorority, and you know what was impactful that made you join, and the kind of impact. I want fraternities and sororities to speak on that, because I think this, you know, D9 is a strong, powerful, impactful entity within the black community and on our campuses. So yeah, anybody, y'all just kind of speak to what made you do that.
Okay, I'll jump in. It was modeled for me as a young child. There were family members, but more importantly, some women in the community, many of which are in Gamma Row, took us in on Saturdays, and I just saw pink and green and didn't really understand it at the time. But as I matured and got older and went to college, you saw the impact of community service and joining for myself. Like you said, you know, God is number one. That's who I follow. But we in our sororities and probably fraternities, we're led by God. We have ceremonies when we go to conferences that are Christian services. So God is all the way in it, and I'll be in it for life.
And I would like to emulate some of the sentiments you just
You
stated.
better say emulate.
Achievement.
That's funny. See, that's a Kappa word. That's a Kappa word.
So I grew up, every male in my family is a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And I was in the fraternity house as a youth in Kappa League, in middle school and high school. And I got to see the work that they were doing, not only to strengthen the brotherhood, but to strengthen the community holistically, right? Whether it's financial literacy, education, health and welfare, you know, and seeing that, it really made me focus in on what was important in life for me. And of course, that decision was so easy for me to make that transition over to the award-winning Jacksonville Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And to that point, when we talk about denouncing, we just recently brought a line in the alumni chapter with 7 pastors, right?
Yeah.
So you have to think about what that means for these individuals who have have gone through all this training, theologic training, and who are active pastors in their churches and communities to come to a fraternity that they're going to worship another entity. That's absurd. Right. So I am definitely thankful for what the fraternity has provided me spiritually and mentally.
I love it. I love it. Anybody else?
You know, for me, Pastor, my father helped establish that.
And what fraternity are you a member of?
The Omega Psi Phi Fraternity.
Oh, okay.
He's wearing it.
Just thought I would ask. Just thought I would ask.
This is gonna be a long night.
My father was not.
It's already been.
My father was not an Omega man, but he ensured that I was in proximity to Omega man, and my path was different. He is my little brother. His father was a great mentor for me, a Kappa man, Dr. Julian White, a Kappa man. But I had other influences and mentors, Colonel Bob Porter, Principal Adams, Mr. Buck from down the street. Didn't even know he was an Omega man, had no idea. And then finally coming back to Jacksonville and was dead set on becoming an Omega man. And when I stepped through those doors and met you and Bishop Senior, I remember the first time walking me and my family down, and I shook your hand and told you, I want to be a Q. Right? So just being in that proximity is what did it for me, and learning more about fraternity and other encounters that I had throughout my life. And the best friends that I made throughout my life were all Qs, were all Omega men. And I don't think that was by mistake. I think that was by design. So for me, that's what it was. And also to his point, he raised about denouncing. In my capacity in the fraternity, serving as the membership selection chairman for the 7th District in Region 5 in Florida, I think that issue is based on a person's foundation when they come into an organization. If they don't have a foundation first, it is easy for that person to be led astray.
That's true.
I think that responsibility is incumbent upon us in our selection of those people.
Yeah.
I don't think that differs between or from any of our organizations. We select the people who we want to come through our doors into our beloved organization. So we have to make sure we forge those relationships prior to and have a better understanding of said individual before they come in, and ensure that they have that foundation, because Christ is in all of our organizations.
Wow.
Can I?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, very quickly, and this is really loud. Very quickly, I want to kind of piggyback on that. As I grew up in Bethel, I had all the influences of AKA. When I went to Jean Ribot, I had the great influence of, even just like you mentioned, someone from another organization. Erling T. Lockett is the best principal I could ever think of at Jean Ribot Senior High School. But she's a woman of Delta Sigma Theta. She's a diva of Delta Sigma Theta. But Estelle McKissick would have beat my tail. Anyway, as I'm looking at my career now in higher education, when you talk about denouncing, a lot of these students are just joining and they're denouncing immediately.
Wow.
Why? But because, just like you mentioned, when they're coming in, they're not really getting the benefit and understanding what these organizations really are. So they're just coming in, seeing this connection, and now they hear, and now it stops. They don't understand. They don't really realize the sisterhood, the brotherhood. They don't really understand the history behind it and what these college students who started these organizations really did to really benefit their community and the people on their campuses. So when you talk about denouncing, it's more so about what they are understanding and what they're not understanding about the history and the organization that they're joining.
You know, one of the things y'all are saying, go ahead, my
Sorry.
Delta sister.
I think what I just heard from everyone, and I was getting ready to echo out, we started with having a strong foundation in the education system. So for me, my middle school math teacher was a strong Delta, Deborah Patton, love her to death. But I heard a lot of folks on this stage said the same thing. They had a teacher or someone in church or someone in the community that was a strong influence that led them to want to join. And that is just the thing I heard echoed amongst everyone. And so it starts there. You have to have that mentorship. You have to have those strong leaders that can pour into your life. And once you have that foundation, you know what it represents. And it's ingrained in you. So that's why I joined.
You know what's really interesting as I was listening to everybody talk is I began to think about the differences in D9s and the mother fraternities and sororities. I went to a PWI, I went to two, but particularly, so yes, that's why, I was at Florida State. So you know Sorority Row, you know AD Pi and all of them. And like they do rush week, like the first week of school. And those girls go to various ones and just kind of decide which one they want to be. But I think for D9s, there are reasons beyond I met some girls, I met some dudes at a party, and they, you know, there is impact. There are mentors that we have that influence, you know, because truth be told, so when I was in high school, I won the scholarship program. Won the local, won the state, won the regional. My dad had not played. My dad plays in '85, so I was at Florida State. I was an opera major, so I ain't seen no black folk. Like I never got to go to the black student union, none of that. No. No, no. If you were an opera major, because at Florida State, it was treated like what they call a music conservatory. So all your classes with me, I didn't have to take general studies. I didn't have to take English. I didn't have to
You were
take
just
math.
still in that particular
yeah,
area.
I didn't
You
go
never
to
went
any
anywhere.
building but the two music schools. I know nothing about
So
the Black Student
deprived.
Union. Right? So when I got to Richmond, because I had not been immersed, her uncle was a big time alpha and almost got me. No.
He actually, yeah, he did.
No.
He did. He tried to.
No, he
tried
had
to-
me. He
I
had
said,
me.
where you going now? A
He
secret
had me.
meeting and all?
Because I didn't know anything about anything, right? But I didn't do it. So then when we got back here, it wasn't really my dad, even though I knew my dad was an Omega. It was William Scott. It was Kenneth Reddick. It was Colonel Porter. There were men that were influential. So I'm proud to be legacy, but that's not why I did. And even Josh, when Josh went to Hampton, that little knucklehead Negro wanted to be a Kappa. Oh, yes.
Yes.
He was under the influence of something else.
Oh, you
Mark,
saw
tell me
it in
something I
him.
saw it in him.
I mean, every intention. Because red was his favorite color. And he wanted to be a Kappa. But he got there, and this was nothing against the Kappas. He got around some older guys who were Omegas and saw some of the things GE was doing. And what impressed him wasn't that I was an Omega or his granddad. It was what he saw them doing. And I think that's so important, for us to put out in the atmosphere about D9s, that we are community centered. All of us are doing great things in the community. And we tease, but it's all in love because we all have ultimate respect for each sorority. Now, what influenced you? Because you pledged in Toledo. Your mama wasn't no AKA. Your mama pledged after you.
She did. My big influence was my
Your mom
sister who
pledged
pledged at the Mecca at Howard University. But for me,
Oh, Toledo, okay.
yeah, for me, and during the time that I went to Rush, which was before we got married, because of course I was still in college when we got married.
I mean, that was not even necessary.
I said that for a reason. I have to give
Yes.
a backstory. Gotta give a backstory. But anyway,
no,
wait a minute.
Let's tell this
when
truth. You were getting ready to graduate when we got married.
Let me tell the story.
I need you to tell it right, though, now.
So when I did go to Rush and all, of course, it was AKA because that was the influence that my sister had on me, although my aunt actually was a Delta. She was a life member of
huge
Delta
Delta,
Sigma Theta.
yes.
Yes, so, but my sister actually was that influence, but by the time after my father passed, I had no interest in nothing. I barely wanted to go to school. Yeah. But I stuck with it, and I kept going, and by the time the opportunity came back around and I had any awareness of it, I was trying to plan a wedding, and my sister called me. I said, now look at here, either you tell my fiance we're not getting married, or I got a pledge. So which one? So I had to make a decision because both of them were right there on me. Of course, I decided to get married at the time because, of course, trying to pay for both. But anyway. So when, of course, in left college and we moved to Toledo, that same influence came by me. I was surrounded in my church by AKAs, really were. We had a few Deltas, but my influences there and those I was drawn to, I found out were members of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, and then they, of course, asked me to come and initiate on that line, and so that's what I did. But I want to say that all of our experiences are not going to be on the college campuses, but your experiences that you see on college campuses actually does make a difference.
Yes.
That's an influence. That's an influence, and that's what shapes people's thoughts around the entire sorority and fraternity and the D9 and the Greek life. And so we must make sure that our fraternities and sororities on campuses are what they need to be, because they are influential and people are watching. And then also too, when you get to of course, the whole now that you are, what am I trying to say? Pledging graduate chapter. That's an influence, and so what they're looking at, who they're looking to, and so that does make a difference when we're talking about influences. And I think that's what this whole denouncing thing is. Oh my goodness, what do you? How did you even get to that? That you have? Some people have burned their paraphernalia. We
Oh,
know,
I
yeah,
know.
they have burned.
Yes,
so
we know.
So we're not worshiping like we're worshiping a fraternity or sorority, but we are holding true to all of our ideals, which have different things. It's a service. We're a service organization, and we're community minded. So once again, I think it's an ignorance. I want to say it's an ignorance there that they're denouncing, but it's all good because we're here to stay. Amen. We're strong, we're proud, and we're doing our thing.
All right,
Bishop,
Yeah,
if I may as well. So my experience is a little bit different from everybody. I grew up in a household of two preachers who do not believe in D9 organizations. So going to college, I ended up playing sports, so my focus was on football. But each way, starting from junior high, I did have a alpha brother who influenced me along the way, starting in junior high, Eugene Blakelock. From junior high through high school, Paul Dozier, into college. And then when I moved to Jacksonville, I randomly met Howard Ford, and me and him stayed connected. And I actually did my own research, again, coming from a family of preachers who do not believe in the D9 organization. And also even just having conversation with them. I'm not doing anything crazy. I was raised in a household of preachers who know the word, who taught me the word. So I'm not going to do anything crazy. So doing my research, as everyone should on every organization, but I understood the bond that I had with the brothers growing up. That led me, and also doing my research, just knowing what I was doing and knowing how I wanted to give back. So that's how I got into it, just doing my own research as well.
Dr. Betty, I want to hear your thoughts. Yes.
You read my mind.
Get some experience up here, some wisdom.
You know, my story is evidently different. I joined Sigma Gamma Rho 54 years ago.
Wow.
So, and a long time ago, and I did not attend the HBCU. And I went to school in the Deep South.
Wow.
So there were not many people on campus that looked like me. But the D9 was there. The D9 was a family. So it wasn't because of who I looked at or was a mentor that's why I want to join. I wanted to be a part of the family. So when you choose family, you know, some family you don't get to choose, but some family you get to choose. And you want to choose people that are more like you. They are compatible with you. So that's what I looked at. I looked at the different ones that were on campus at that time, and my decision was made based on which group do I really fit in with the best. So then I found what some of you are saying because of other people, but because of me, some people decided they wanted to join Sigma. But then the whole thing is, it's still, to me, the sisterhood was the most important thing. It was the sisterhood. It was the family that we formed. And it became weird to me later when different groups would make little comments about another group. Because we didn't do that. We were a family, and you didn't talk about family. And we stood together. The Pan-Hellenic Council stood together, and it was very important to feel a part. And that's my story.
I love it, y'all. Yes. Give Mrs. Cody a round of applause. Where are you going, Bishop? What time? Are we out of time? What time is it?
No, we right on time. We're ready to
I just
give
want
these
to
fake
kind of.
AKA numbers out, and then we'll keep going.
It's okay. Let them hate.
It's
Haters
okay.
gonna hate.
It's okay.
Hate's gonna hate.
It's
So
okay.
I just wanted to kind of bring it in that once again and piggyback on what Mrs. Cody said, and then we'll go to you, Kim Dennis, and then Melanie, just to make sure that yes, we have all different fraternities and sororities, but we have the same aim.
Yes.
And we do
Yes.
joke a lot. We play around a lot, but that's what family does. She mentioned we're a family.
Absolutely.
That's what family does.
Absolutely.
But the fact that we have 9 amazing, and 2 are not represented here with us tonight, Phi Beta Sigma and Iota Phi Theta, but Iota Theta, what is it? Thank you. I had a brain freeze. But we all have one aim, but we have some differences, and we do great work in the community. Right. And so I just wanted to say that what you see up here, we are a family. Like I said, we joke around, but we are a family, and we are about service. Scholarship and service, I believe, is the basic for all of us. We have some different, I know, achievement, but basically we're scholarship and service. And so
scholarship is one of the foundations.
Oh my gosh.
of
Anyway,
Omega Psi.
so we appeal to different people, and so I love that we are diverse. We are diverse in what we do, but we are one in aim, and so I love that. I just wanted to share that we love one another. Go ahead, Kim.
Just real quick, I wanted to also say, excuse my voice, that on EWU's campus, Deltas and AKAs got along like we were just the majority. But I remember we always competed in step shows, but we were always connected and sisters. So I agree with that.
Yeah,
Everyone had this thing, oh, they don't get along. Yes, we do. But I do recall my aunt, who was an AKA prior to me, and my mom pledged after me. But I remember my mom attending Bethune-Cookman, and back in the 50s, and she flat out said, I cannot afford, well, she told me she couldn't afford to pledge AKA. My grandmother said, hey, you need to worry about, your studies and your classes. So she was unable to pay for that. Nevertheless, I just remember being around AKAs and their community service. And when it was my time to pledge, my mama, back then it was $300 to pledge. Back in the 90s, yes. And she, wasn't it? And she got those $300
It ain't that
up.
It sure ain't that no more.
It is not that anymore. But I remember just the sisterhood, my line. Beverly Harper was my grad advisor, the best. When I say that she made sure we were connected, we were sisterly. She made sure, of course, we weren't ever step show. But she also ensured that we did community service. And I remember I was over some committee. I brought the lady from Channel 12. She came out, Jeannie Blaylock. That was when she was doing the Buddy Check 12. We had her come out. She did a health fair. And all of the young ladies came. They made sure that they got their health checks. And I said, I love this community service. And I was just committed to making sure that our chapter did all of that community service. But it goes back to, again, the sisterhood, the influence, and also making sure that the Divine Nine was together and connected. So I totally agree with that. And we are just one big family. But it does go back to community service.
Yes, I would just like to add that I had the privilege of attending Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. That's right. On the highest of 7 hills in Tallahassee, Florida.
On the wrong side of the railroad
all
track.
this hissing, all this hissing sounds.
It's on the other side of the railroad track.
Where excellence is the standard. And every freshman is required to take an African American history course.
Is that right?
That is correct. Wow. And my freshman year, my professor, Titus Brown, told us we could pick any topic, any topic in African American history, and we needed to write a 9 to 12 page paper. So I said, smarter, not harder. Let me do the Divine Nine. I'll have one introduction page. I can have one page on each organization. I can do my closing, and that'll be that.
My closing?
Yes. See, I was already thinking like a Delta. And And so I did that, and so I was allowed to research every organization. But even more than the research, because like we talked about, all of our organizations have similar principles. What I saw on the campus of Florida A&M was the Beta Alpha chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated being the movers and the shakers. They were the leaders. They were the ones that were making a difference. When I moved into campus, they helped me move in. They checked in on me, took me to Walmart. This is before Uber and Lyft. Took me to Walmart, made sure I had groceries and everything like that. And when I looked at the historical value of Delta, the women who were making a difference, the Mary McLeod Bethunes, those women, they inspired me. And I knew from that moment I had to be a Delta. And so when you think about that influence and the influence that all of us have mentioned, that's why there's an attack on the D9. Because they see the unity we have, they see the power, the collective power of a people that look like us making a difference. What better way to try to dismantle that unity than to tear down the very organizations that were meant to build our community up?
Yeah, that's so good.
Melody?
I think lastly, before we go into our numbers, the other thing it does, and this is part of community too, the kinship you develop with the ones you pledge with. Like my LBs and I have a group text, and it is the one space where I don't have to be called bishop, I don't have to act like bishop, and I'm not treated like bishop. So it becomes, you know, a safe space, a getaway space. And there's a kinship you develop with those you were online with that you just never, ever forget. And that's so important, you know?
So in my experience, I'm kind of like.
Let me see, is your mic on? Hold on. There we go. All right.
Okay, so my experience is a little bit different. I didn't have all of these influences that you all had. I'm a baby. I'm just 3 years old. So someone approached me, went to the meeting, and I absolutely love everything about Zeta. Everything about it. I did do some history on another sorority. I'll just say it that way. But what I loved about Zeta is how I fit in. I didn't feel like I had to check a box from either one of the other sororities that I checked out. Say it that way. So, you
just throwing shade.
No. I just felt like some of the other ones that I felt like I could fit in, and then in parts of it I didn't feel like I would. And so with Zeta, they took me as I am. I didn't have to worry about changing anything that I'm already am. So, and then to piggyback off of what you're saying, that my lines, I have two or three line sisters that when I leave, if they see this, we're going right in on it. I don't have to worry about what I say. Everything is easy. So, and I was a line of 25. And so I think it's 3 or 4 out of them those are the ones, they get it all.
Wow. All right, y'all, let's get to these numbers. We'll deal with these. So we'll save Omega for last since we are Omega.
Because you are.
But we're Omega.
Say it again, Heather.
No,
Say it again. They're what?
Every year.
Say it again in the mic. Wait, hold on.
You always leave them last, and they're always the lowest.
No. We're always the lowest till that night, and we always
Here
come
we
in
go.
second.
Here we go.
And we always come in second. Okay,
We need
let's just
one.
go.
Okay,
So
let's go.
Up until this moment, first of all, family's over.
That's right.
Family's over. Family is over. Family is over. So, but before we do, seriously, thank all of you for being captains. I mean, all of you, and for doing an amazing job. All
And
right.
Thank you to Heather and Dr. Bostic. He's driving back from Lakeland.
Yes.
So we salute him also, too, for being the liaisons for the D&I.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Was she on it? That's why y'all got these numbers. So, for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
That's right.
We have
because we're first.
$5,971.76. Now,
That's
do we
right.
have some new money to report?
Oh.
$5,971.96.
Just got a $1,000 check.
Well, that's not. He
You got
said
a
five.
$1,000 check?
He said five. So the total is $7,179.
Okay, so you got 2,000 more to add in?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
$7,179.
Did
Okay,
y'all
so
get that?
say that number again.
7,000.
179.
79.
Okay, so April, subtract that from what they have, and that'll be the additional number to add to them.
What? Say that. What happened?
I know what I'm doing.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
We need to know.
Subtract the total number she just gave from the number
Oh, I
I
see what
have
you're
on
saying.
here,
Okay.
and the number she has is the
Gotcha.
number we add. Come on now.
We got okay.
All right.
We're just making sure.
The devastating divas of Delta Sigma Theta. Your number is $1,692.39. Y'all got some more money? Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, but that's a good thing. They got more.
So what was that number again?
That number was $1,692.39.
Okay, so we had an update at 6 o'clock. It was $1,792.39, and we added another 100 to that. So
All right.
we are now $1,892.39.
Oh, all right.
Okay, come on. I love it. It's for the babies.
All right. Sigma Gamma Rho, 2,100.
Come on. Is that right, Dr.?
Is that right?
It is not.
Oh, look how she's looking.
I gave her another number earlier.
Oh, yes, you did. That's right.
It is 2722.
Okay, so there's some more money.
That's $622.
That was just turned in. Okay.
All right.
April has that.
We doing good.
We are
All right.
doing
Zeta, Phi Beta. We have $120. Okay, well, that's where we're going to stay. Oh, that's okay. All right, let's go to these men. Alpha Phi Alpha. You have 310. You have some more to add? Not just yet. Okay, I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. All right. The achieving men of Kappa Alpha Psi. Y'all have 1,100. We got some more?
Yes, sir. We have an additional check of 100 from Brother Manuel, and then we also have another $25 check from Brother Moore.
Another
So,
25?
So 125 additional.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Where are the Sigmas? We don't have nobody.
We don't.
Oh, so I guess that leaves the Omegas. So
But
we
what do they have, though? The Sigmas do have something.
The Sigmas have
They should have something.
$50.
Yes.
All right. The Omegas started.
Here we go.
No.
What's your total?
Oh, okay. The Sigmas started, the Omegas started at $365. Do you have anything to add? Because I sure do.
Yes, we have an additional $150 as of 7 p.m.
Okay. In addition to that,
Here we go.
April said, look at the paper in your hand.
Which he was not.
Add-
See, he got so much going on here.
okay, I see it, April, but I'm adding some more to it. We're adding 500 from Bishop McKissick Sr. for the Omegas. And from myself, let me get the number from Jocelyn. We're adding $2,261.57. I don't care where it came from. It's for the Omegas. So that takes us over $3,000.
Amen.
So
Amen.
April-
But once again.
So April, add
once again.
500, and then $2,261.57 to the Omegas. Please add that in, please.
Please.
God
please,
bless you.
please.
God bless you. God bless you.
I want to thank. I want
Just
to
saying.
thank our aggregation of D9 because once again, it just shows that friendly competitiveness actually does help. It's all in the spirit of love, and this is for a greater cause. It's for higher education. So I want to give kudos to you all. Give yourselves a round of applause. Because we're showing what we can do in unity and in family for the same, once again, for the same
aim for the same cause. And once again, we lovingly joke, but we're here to uplift community and to inspire and to be an influence.
It really is. And, you know, this is always a great night. And I'm just always amazed. I talk to pastors all over the country, and they are really amazed at how much money we raise because, you know, not brag. Well, yeah, I am bragging on our church. There aren't a lot of black churches raising this kind of money for scholar. But the only one I really know is Howard John, Alfred Street, and Wheeler. They both do like over $1 million, but now they got endowments. So you know we ought to be very pleased with what we're doing and how we're doing it. All right.
Everybody always comes through.
Yeah. All right. So what do we have up next? We're in the last hour, Jesus. We got. All right. So I don't have my run of show. What's next? Sponsor spotlight.
We're going to go to the Scholarthon giving link so we can switch out because we have.
Okay, so put the Scholarthon giving link up in just in case that phone hadn't rung all night with Paula down there.
She has. What do you have, Paula?
One time.
You have someone that.
No.
Oh,
Okay, but
what
did they give you the amount?
Okay, we'll take it.
All right,
$20
God
or
bless you.
$25.
Glad I'm not
Amen.
on the screen.
Thank you so
All right.
much for the pledge.
So if you're watching, okay, so we got to make a switch.
So if you are watching us right now, please, please, please point your camera to the screen so you can give on our Givelify giving platform, or you can call 904-208-2419 and speak to our virtual Vanna, Paula, and she will take your donation or your pledge. We are so appreciative of everyone who is giving on tonight for higher education. Our thermometer is moving up, but we want it to move up a little higher. So point your camera at the screen for our Givelify giving platform, or go to Givelify and click on Scholarthon, Dollars for Scholars, and give your donation today. Thank you so very much for taking the time to do this.
The world traveler.
It is what it is.
Pastor, you going to introduce our last guest?
Oh, I'm the last. I ain't know that.
We're going to end on a great note. But this has been a wonderful night, and we have two amazing experts on this subject, AI and Chat GPT, that's getting some people in trouble. But anywho, so we have Maria Rulak Hope. I left my book at home that you didn't tell me you wrote. But anyway, AI, I'm not, we have company, so I'm going to keep it clean. We have company, I'm going to keep it clean. AI for the season. And then we have Shaquille Riggins, who is over at FSCJ. She's our neighbor. Yay, hey, she's our neighbor across the street. So she's the Dean of Information and Technology and AI and all kind of things over there. So we're going to have a great chat on tonight. I want to thank you all for coming on our Scholarthon tonight. Of course, we are raising dollars for scholars. We're trying to support our college-bound students, and so we do this for 4 hours. We've been on here since 6 p.m. It's been an amazing night. It's coming to an end because I'm going home to go to bed. But before that, we wanted to really bring you on to talk about, of course, this growing conversation around AI and Chat GPT, which everyone is using in its multi ways. But we want to, and of course, you all, of course, give your opening statements, as we say, to speak to our viewing audience. Which one?
Sure. It doesn't matter. I'll go ahead and go first. You know, I want to make sure that people really realize AI is just a tool. It's simply a tool. It is not the human that influences a tool. It is a tool. Right. When we think of AI, everyone thinks of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is only one of those millions of tools out there that people can use to help bring things to life. So I always say AI is second and your brain is first.
That's really good.
Okay.
Very, very good. I like that, Miss Maria. Thank you, Miss Pastor Kim, for having me. As a dean of FSCJ, I get these questions all the time. So just to be a part of this conversation in this space, I really, really appreciate it. I am actually writing a book on AI and machine learning, mainly because in higher education, there is none. And I know that everybody right now is doing that, but the one thing that I need to make sure that everybody in this room really understand is really what Miss Maria just said. AI is a computer mimicking human behavior. And because of that, we must have an understanding that it's not human, it's not critically thinking, it's not making decisions for us. It's basically taking a whole bunch of information and an algorithm and spitting back out information to you that sounds human-like. So it's serving its purpose of mimicking that human behavior. The other part of that is AI didn't just show up in 2000. AI was already here since the 50s. We're just seeing the evidence now of what all of these researchers have been doing. So Alan Turing was one of the first ones that even started the conversation about artificial intelligence, trying to see if a computer can mimic human behavior. And now we are actually seeing that through tools like Ms. Maria said, ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, whatever it is that you're using, you are using something that has been worked on for many, many of years. So one of the things that we teach in higher education is, of course, AI has helped students do a lot of cheating. So one of the things that I teach my students is prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is what helps you communicate with the AI tool. So it's only 6 easy steps that I want to just give you very quickly for everybody in here. It's something that you're really already doing, but you're not really realizing that you're doing it. So those six easy steps is just this. We call it the G6 prompt structure. First, you have to give your ChatGPT a persona. Tell it who you want it to be. I want you to be my assistant. I want you to be my counselor, whatever it is that you want it to be, you have to give it a persona. Otherwise, you're just going to get basic information. The next step to that is you want to give it a task. Tell it what to do. Give it some type of task, whether you're clarifying an email or making a video, you have to give it some type of task. And then thirdly, you want to give it some type of context, a reference on what it can build upon to be able to really give you the output that you want. And then you want to also give it a reference. The same way we go to the hair salon and say, this is how I want my hair, you tell ChatGPT, this is what I want you to output me, whether it's this hairdo, whether it's this image, you tell it what you wanted to do. And then the very most important thing that everybody skips is evaluating what it gave you. Make sure that what it gave you was correct. And if it's not correct, then go back and modify it. And those 6 steps alone has helped our students in higher education really use it as a tool, like Miss Maria said, rather than use it to try to replace them.
Wow. Correct. And one of the things that you touched on was that human element. If you don't go back and check the facts, AI has a means of hallucinating, meaning it lies. It will tell a lie to you. So you have to go back and you have to check the facts and you have to make sure that what you wanted it to tell you, it actually told you the truth. So just keep that in mind. Always check your facts. Always check your AI.
So,
And I call mine Chatty or Jimmy.
I'm gonna be very honest. I am not a Chat GBT fan.
Okay.
But let me tell you why. And this is strictly from a preacher position and a professor of seminarians. I did a lecture 3 weeks ago at Hampton.
Yes.
And part of my lecture was to talk about the modern culture and the modern church and the modern preacher. And one of the things I talked about was how preachers now are so beholden to ChatGPT that they have lost their own voice and they have no authenticity, that they don't know how to think for themselves. They no longer know how to do research on a scripture or on a subject. To the point that both of you talked about, ChatGPT can be wrong. I can read a paper from a student and know it was ChatGPT for a number of reasons. For the dash, for the perhaps over and over, and the theology that makes absolutely no sense. I say all that to ask this question. How is, and there's a new one called Claude, I heard. The new AI tool called Claude. Oh, I'm up on it now. So here was my question. How is AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, whichever it is, how is it changing for the good and for the bad, how students learn?
That question, the part of the problem is, and you've already said it, you have a bunch of people using it and don't know how. They mass released this AI because they didn't want to just put it to, we'll just say, rich people. They wanted to mass produce it because they needed somebody to train it. So what you're now seeing is a bunch of people using it, but what we're really doing is training on how to respond to us. So all of the preachers, because I got a cousin that's a preacher too, and he using it. He probably on here listening now.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
But the thing is, I taught him how to use it. And when you teach them how to use it, then you are inputting your own information. So I'll give you an example of that. And I teach this in my class. This is how you know whether or not you're using it to cheat. If I ask you to write a story about a dog and you just get it, copy that and put it in ChatGPT and it write the story, you cheated because you didn't put anything in there. But if I tell ChatGPT to write a story about a dog named Milo who walked up the road, and when he walked up the road, he got hit by a car and the police seen him. Now I've given it my own voice, and all I wanted to do is put that filler in. So the same way your English teacher pull out that red pen and say, nope, don't use that, use a noun, use a verb here. That's how we're supposed to be using it. We're supposed to be using it to enhance what we already know, not using it to replace who we are or how we think.
And one of the things that we need to make sure we remember is everyone can use a tool and we can't dictate how they use that tool.
Yes.
What we can do is try to influence them to say, hey, some integrity needs to be used. Or maybe we need to ensure that what you are thinking and feeling actually comes forth on that paper and comes out of your mouth. Not what you put in Chat GBT or Claude or Gemini or Chat or Copilot. It's what you feel and how you start. Chat GBT can be used as a good tool. We can go ahead and put your beginning thoughts in there and have it organize your thoughts.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to actually producing what needs to come out of your mouth from, especially from you, Bishop, from the wisdom of God, that's something that can't be replaced with an AI tool.
No.
It has to be you. It has to be God. It has to be the connection of the two to make it work, to make it powerful, to make it palatable for me to receive. Like, when you told me I was gaining weight this morning, that kind of stuff. You can't get that from Chat GBT.
No.
It has to be that human element. Has to.
I love it. I love it. I consider
That for those who are against it, what we're really doing is we're not teaching the ones that need to know how to use it. So I didn't say that you should be against it. What I would say is that you need to teach others how to use it so that we are ethically using it together and using it how we're supposed to be using it. Because again, remember, they just gave it to us. They never told us how to use it. We're learning how to use it and making the mistakes as we go along.
I love it. I love it.
And I think a good point that you made, Doc, was the fact that when AI came along, they kind of gave it out, right? And it's a push, and it's a push because of the money that's involved in it, right? So they're building it and making improvements and constantly turning it and changing it. So trying to keep up with it is kind of an interesting balance of right and wrong. But we have to keep the human element in it. You have to make sure that person comes out. People are even saying that you can train your AI to be like you and to make sure that you can put your human element into your AI tool. And that can be true. But at the end of the day, you have to make it you. You have to make yourself come through in any message, in any book, in any journal.
So Chat GPT is almost like the new Cliff Notes. For students, you can throw anything in there and just get like a summary or something quick. How can students use, because Cliff Notes helped during, I know my time, I don't know about you.
Yeah, you cheated. You didn't use Cliff Notes.
We had something that would kind of help, or what they call it for dummies, whatever it was but how can students though use, and I hear you all are saying AI has been with us for years, of course, it's now really infiltrating, if you will, or becoming something that people are really drawn to for all various reasons. But how can students use AI to become better thinkers instead of Chat GPT thinking for them?
I think one of the ways that we can start is by not for having a student say, do my homework, but having a student say, help me understand this concept.
That's good.
It's a difference between telling ChatGPT or I'm going to say AI tool, guys, because ChatGPT just
right.
It's a difference between telling your AI tool to do my homework as opposed to practice as if you were my science teacher and quiz me on this theory. It's a huge difference. And when you start doing that, and if you start learning how to train your AI tool to do that, you actually learn more. It doesn't make you dumber.
That's true.
You really learn more. You just got to
That's
learn how to
engineering.
prompt. Right? That's what I just said, Doc. You have to learn how to prompt it. You have to learn how to say, help me to learn this concept that I need to learn.
Right.
Yeah, that's the key word, learn, and that's what they're not implementing in that is to teach it to me rather than to do it for me. And so with what Miss Maria just said is 1,000% correct. In higher education, what we're doing now is we have to reskill our professors because a lot of them are very educated. Don't get me wrong, but they don't know how to teach AI. So I am a lead facilitator in AI for Intel, and a part of my job in that is to go and reskill our community members, our professors, and our students so that they know how to teach AI and they know how to use AI. So that is the other part to it, is giving them the tools that they need to be able to use it correctly.
I love
You know, I want to make sure understand AI is like a tutor. And now it's an even, it's even playing field. Everybody has access to a tutor if we know how to make that tutor work.
Right.
And you need to encourage the students to say, don't help me to explain this answer, not just this is the answer.
Maria, tell us a little bit about your book.
Y'all went there, didn't you?
I
Okay,
did.
so I do have
I left
have
it at
several
home
books out
too.
there.
I had one at home.
My goal is to make sure people understand that AI is not just for the young people or just for people who are technically savvy. It's called AI for the Season. That's the AI group that I have. And it's AI for seasoned people. It's a journal that helps you to understand how to use AI. It gives you practice sets and questions so that you can understand how to actually use it in everyday life. People need to understand that AI isn't just to solve a technical problem, but it's to solve things in your everyday life. You need to answer a letter. And I know people probably have an angst against this, but you need to answer a letter. And you're up against a blank page. It'll help you to learn how to say what you need to say if you give it a couple of ideas of what you want to say.
Yeah.
So that's what my book does. It does it for the professional. I have an AI for the professional, an AI for the practical guide, and then an AI workbook. I also have another book, but that's a whole
so
other
true,
story.
because my 98-year-old father
Listen.
lives on ChatGPT.
Does he really?
Oh no, seriously.
He said,
Like, he has
ChatGPT
figured
told
out-
me.
He has figured out how to prompt it.
Yeah.
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 And how to use. He used it tonight.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to get him the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thank y'all for coming on. I think this has been
amazing. We're gonna
really,
take our
really
6
good.
steps.
Yeah.
We're gonna take
I'm gonna
our
take
6
those
steps.
those 6 steps, Doc, and give it to preachers. As y'all can tell, this is a real bone of contention.
It is.
And I'm gonna reword. I don't think AI is bad at all. I have used it in some of my research for my lectures, for statistics. I have put, it's funny sometimes, I'll say, hey, this is what I see in a scripture, and I'll get back, Bishop, I never thought about it like that. That's because you're not human. I know you never thought about it like that. I think it can be a great tool. Sadly, painfully, preachers are misusing it. And in turn, they are losing their voice and losing their authenticity. So you all have helped me tremendously,
goodness, this has been
because I
amazing.
do get asked a lot to do classes on that for preachers, and that helps a lot. So thank you all for coming on tonight and sharing your wonderful thoughts about artificial intelligence.
And we'll have more conversations because I think it's needed.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you all
Absolutely.
so much.
Glad to be here, you guys.
All right, y'all.
Have a good night.
Bye. So we're
doing a Scholarthon gold check.
We are at $79,873. That's absolutely amazing.
I love it.
So I told April we are gonna give enough.
What? What'd you say?
We're gonna give enough to take us over 80,000. Yeah, that ain't much, baby. That's just like $200.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. That's just no $200.
Before, I mean, this has been a great night. Have you all enjoyed this night? We tried to bring wholesome content and programming for 4 hours. You all have stuck out there with us. But before they leave the room, I did want to bring up, or we want to bring up or mention our Scholarthon team. This could not be possible without the team.
Yeah, we need to bring them up here.
It takes a team, so I would like Dr. Heather Carter and Ryan Langford to come up here so the audience can see. Come on, hurry up. You all were trying to leave the room where Heather was, so I'm telling it now. They were trying. Dr. Sandy Robinson is out of town. She's in Maine, Iowa, somewhere. She's out of town. She's always traveling. She's out of town. She serves on our committee. And of course, Dr. Gregory Bostic, he is driving in from Lakeland. So we pray traveling grace on him. So as he comes back to Jacksonville. But Heather Carter and Ryan Langford, they all have been amazing help with us on our team. And once again, we could look at that. We could not do this without them. We wanted you all to see their faces. We are so grateful for them and for their time, for their sacrifice, that they're committed to this work. As we do every year, we're knocking on the door. Hey, Scholarthon time, come on, we've got to get together. And what are we going to do this year? We thank them for their time of teaching the Zooms that we had provided, which I think was a major help this year. That was very powerful, very helpful, very informational to have Zoom. So we want to thank you all for all that you do. We love you guys.
I mean, they did the heavy. I ain't know nothing that was going on. But I mean, I say that from a good place, that you all did such an amazing job. I literally didn't get on any Zoom meetings.
And now, no, Heather has talked, although it was with D9, but Ryan hasn't said anything.
Thank you for the opportunity.
He's a newlywed.
He's a newlywed. Praise the Lord.
Sitting right out
My
there.
soror is sitting out there with him. Dr. Kenyanita Ellis Langford.
Pediatrician, right?
Yes, she's a pediatrician. She's
That's
a ped.
right.
Yes, so we're
That's
so
right.
thankful. But Ryan, of course, grew up in this church as well as Heather. And so we're just so thankful once again for this village that continues to support, that continues to nurture, that continues to show up for our college-bound students in this way. So we thank you guys. We do. We appreciate you.
We're not doing the Covenant Brothers.
I know.
Dr. Jamal Bryant is hosting
He in church.
the Ghana team that's playing in the soccer thing.
Yes, in FIFA.
Yeah. Bishop Marvin Sapp's biopic came on TV1 tonight.
Correct.
So he's hosting a watch party.
And it's his wife's birthday. Isn't
Yesterday,
it?
LaBourge's
it was yesterday.
birthday
So
was
there's-
yesterday. His new wife.
His new wife.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Who paid for her own helicopter.
It's time for me to go home. See, I told y'all. Didn't
And
I tell y'all?
Pastor Matthews, there we go.
Oh,
Saved,
look at my
successful.
Look at my honeys.
I-
Look at see. Hey, where's Maria?
I need somebody to send that to me.
No, don't send that to.
I need somebody send
Who
that to
did
me.
this?
Send that to me.
Chat GPT.
I gotta send that.
Chat
That's the
GPT.
funniest thing I have ever
But
seen.
look at the logo. Look, they put that.
That's the funniest thing
Who did
I have
this?
ever seen.
Once again, shout out to our AV team.
Absolutely.
I love it. Look, I know.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love this.
That
This
is
was-
hilarious. You wait till I show them that.
They're probably watching it. I'm sure Pastor Antonio Matthews had a little medical emergency today, so
Yeah.
he's home.
Y'all
Bless
pray
his
for
heart.
him.
Y'all pray his strength
He
in the
home-
Lord. He doesn't
he
like
home
missing.
drugged up.
He doesn't like missing. So we're in honor of the Covenant Brothers. God bless you. You all have been with us
But
for
don't worry,
5
I'm gonna get
years.
that money.
Oh, I know you are gonna get
Oh,
that
I'm
money.
gonna get the money now. Don't be not dismayed, whatever betide.
So we do want to say that applications will close on Tuesday, June
So let's talk
30th.
about this for a minute.
That's not.
Yeah, no. So,
Okay,
so
sir.
in order to be eligible, they had to be on one of the Zoom presentations.
Absolutely. They
How
had
long
to.
did they have to be a member?
For a year.
For a year. And we've already closed out.
Close out. Well, we closed out what?
Closed out people who can apply
Well,
from the
membership-
ones that
correct,
were on the Zoom.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Praise the Lord.
So, yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I just want that to go on the record.
That's right.
They have till Tuesday, those who were on the Zoom. If you were not on the Zoom, you don't have till never. You have next year. Yeah. But we will gladly accept your application even right now. So listen, I do want to give a final shout out again to my cousin Paula. Bless her heart, she sat there all night long. And you finna be petty. That's why I want
No, to our marketing ministry who was here. They have been
Yes.
amazing. to Stacy, to Noah, to Tab. We're so
Yeah.
grateful to Carolyn. So we're so thankful for them. They were here on site.
To Britt, our
Britt,
armor bearer.
She's hung out here with us
Yeah.
all night. Lottie
And,
Dottie and
also-
everybody.
Also to Pastor Shanga
Yes,
and
yes.
our building staff.
Yes.
And ultimately to Jerome and the entire audio visual
Awesome.
team.
They showed
who
up and
really
showed
made
out.
this a seamless night. It has been absolutely
It's been
amazing.
great.
It really
we
has
thank
been.
you all so much. This has been a great night.
It has been. And we closing out early.
And we are close.
And we going
But
home.
our platform is still open, so give on
Yes.
Givelify,
So,
Scholarthon, dollars for
I'm
scholars.
declaring by Sunday we'll have 90,000.
Woohoo! By Sunday, yes. Easy peasy.
I'm calling it done.
Uh-oh, yes. Oh, no, yes, so we got
Yeah,
to do
yeah, yes,
I'm glad you're up here,
yes.
So we,
Hold on. Yes.
So I want to also thank everyone who gave on behalf of Jimmy Pearl Harper, my
That's right.
mother.
That's right.
In lieu of flowers for her funeral, we asked those to give for the Jimmy Pearl Harper Memorial for the Scholarthon, and we raised $3,000.
Awesome. Awesome.
Us $3,000.
She is looking down saying, "That's right."
That's right. That's right. Because she also gave and was a consistent giver for the Scholarthon every week, actually, every other week. Yeah.
So we can't forget our sponsors.
We cannot forget
We've got
our
some sponsors. So
we have
we have the National Action Network,
Gave
Reverend
1,000.
Al Sharpton, and that's my big brother, and I'm on the board. The National Action Network gave 1,000. We also have J.E. Fralin and Sons. They gave $2,000.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Okay, so go and get your funeral planning from J.E. Fralin.
That's what we
and
believe
Sons
in.
Mortuary and Crematorium.
That's what we believe
on
in.
Sutel Drive.
They'll never go out of business.
They will never go out of
'Cause
business.
somebody
because-
always dies.
Okay, see. Okay, Bishop. We also have Agape Health, and of course that's with Mia Jones, and they gave $1,000. Yay! Do we have their logos? They're in the Dropbox. Okay. And then we have Harriet Tubman Freedom Fighters. Of course, they're here in Jacksonville. And there we go. Harriet Tubman Freedom Fighters. They gave $500. They are on the front lines fighting civil rights, civil justice. We are so grateful to have them in our city. And then we have Winning Team LLC, Latanya Wynn Hall. They gave, I want to say, $500. Our sponsors, our business owners, what an amazing investment you have made on tonight. And we want to thank all of you.
I think that's all. God, we thank you for an amazing night. I thank you for every individual that made this night possible, and for every individual that sowed into the life of students. We know as a church, we will be rewarded and better blessed in Jesus' name. Wait, before we go off, and we have to thank April Green.
Yes.
Who calculated all of our numbers and was here, came off the road. And was here
She had
tonight.
to try to find them when some of y'all didn't choose the right tab. God bless
Yeah,
her.
she
but
really
we
did
also
that.
want to thank our viewing audience.
Yes.
This would not be possible if you all were not watching.
Yes.
So thank you all so much. Thank you all for watching, for hanging out with us. Hey, once again, Givelify, Scholarthon, dollars for scholars. Paul is
There
sitting
it
here for
is.
2 more minutes. 904-208-2419. Call in your pledge or your donation so we can get your coins.
All right, we out. Peace.